car fire there. And 3 left lanes or make that 3 right lanes were blocked. Also, another problem in the Metro East for drivers. It looks like you've got a pretty good slowdown due to construction. 2 left lanes closed at 5564. That's at the eastern split at the Poplar Street Bridge. And that will be in effect until this afternoon at 3:30. We get a check of our forecast with Jay Murray.
We have that cool front coming through as we go through the afternoon. Winds turning to the north, and it will be a little windy for the afternoon. Gusty winds at times, but lots of sunshine. Temperatures falling through the 60s. Clear and cold tonight, a chilly evening. 41 for the overnight low. Can't miss the full moon. On Thursday, sunny and 65. Friday, partly sunny, maybe a spot shower, but 71 on Friday. Much colder over the weekend, kind of a drop in temperature taking place. Strong cold front coming through late Friday night, early Saturday. Saturday's high, 61. Could be a couple of snow flurries around Saturday night, and Sunday's high is only 46. A widespread hard freeze in the 20s. Well into the 20s, Sunday night into Monday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Right now, 71 degrees in St. Peter's, 70 in Florissant, and 71 downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Aquino, KMOX News.
Sponsored by the Moolah Shrine Center Festival of Trees.
Hello, everyone. I want to invite you to the Moolah Festival of Trees. Come see over 40 of the best decorated trees you'll ever see. Adult tickets are only $2 and kids under 12 are free. November 22nd through the 29th at the Moolah Shrine Center.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Wednesday. I know I drive our boss Steve crazy with that. Like, I've never done music radio. I've never been a DJ, but I've listened to so much of it that we all have a sense of when you start talking.
You got to hit the post.
And Steve hates that. He just wants, like, if you notice the other shows, they just do like, and then they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can't do it.
But then they don't get to hear how.
Well, I've always thought that the music for DGS is part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it before. I think of it like Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler movies, the way he uses like 70s one-hit wonder songs that everyone remembers, like, oh my God. Like, that's how we do it.
The needle drops.
Yeah. Anyhow. Thank you. Today, I met about a dozen No One Dies Alone volunteers who signed up through the DGS and took pictures and got to know them a little bit. We did a little visit out of Bethesda, really cool. And we're up to about 90 volunteers now. But we still need more of the Kevin Wheelers. We still need more of the Night Watch. So as you might expect, now when we have one tonight, I'm doing the 6 o'clock vigil with a nice lady named Katie, who I just met today. But it's hard to get people to do like midnight through 6 a.m. So if you're an overnight person and you're one of those people like Wheels, my daughter Phoebe, and you're interested in it, simply go to BethesdaHealth.org, hit hospice, hit No One Dies Alone, and there you go.
Simple.
So my worlds collided in a really bad way today.
Oh,
I doubt you guys saw this. So, you know how I feel about Kim Kardashian?
I do.
Right? Did you see the story? You know what I'm talking about?
Kim Kardashian found Bigfoot?
No, it's like that, though.
Yeah.
So, two things. One's no big deal to me. The other, I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. So, Sean, when she said that the moon landing was fake, Sean Duffy, the acting head of NASA, reached out to her online, which pisses me off. Yeah. Sean Duffy, don't you have something better to do with that 2 minutes of your life than to reach out to Kim Kardashian to assure her that we went to the moon? Then the one that bothered me, guess who else reached out to her? Avi friggin' Loeb.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Avi, our buddy, reached out to Kim Kardashian and invited her to be a part of his research on 3i Atlas. So
That's-
let's just game this out.
That's hurtful.
So,
That's what it is.
And that was
Avi-
because she tweeted out, "What's the T on this 3i Atlas?"
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's not an alien ship, but it could be an alien ship. It's one of 3 interstellar objects we've ever seen in the solar system. It's doing weird things. Today it changed color again, and it's accelerating in a way it shouldn't be accelerating. So it's possible. And so forever we're going to have Kim Kardashian tied to when we met the aliens?
I don't know. Was it with the tone of here, join us, or was it here, come to the front of the class to the chalkboard and show us your interesting theory about?
No. He's trying to get her on his team.
But what is the T on the aliens? I mean,
What do you mean?
I don't know. That's just what she said.
You mean T or T?
Like TEA.
So so that's like a slang term.
No, I know.
Okay.
I thought she misread the I as a T.
Oh, okay.
Because that would be very Kim Kardashian.
Like TI Atlas, which is a calculator, I think.
Dave, have you seen the commercials for Kim Kardashian's new lawyer show?
No. Is this the one that got a 0
Yes.
on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's called All's Fair, and it has received a 0% Rotten Tomatoes rating and called the worst TV show.
Because she
by
has no
critics.
talent. Look, I have wide enough shoulders to admit she's way better at a lot of things than me. And she's a better marketer, and she's more aggressive, and she can read the media, and she can manipulate, but quit trying to be a talent. You're not a talent. You can't act, you can't sing, you can't do anything. All you can do is be famous, which in 2025 is more important than being able to dance or sing or make people laugh.
How did they get Naomi Watts and Glenn Close on that show? You got 2 like legit people on that show, and it's why they must have paid them a lot, I guess, huh?
I mean, she's a big deal. I think most people would, jump at the chance to do something with her. Super famous, billionaire.
Mhm.
That got me though today.
Makes no sense. And
That's
yeah,
tough.
that I get it, right? Because, to a degree, what you're saying here is hopefully this. I mean, I'm sure what he's thinking is if we can get this, maybe not dummy, but, this goofball to see, oh, yeah, there is legit stuff, then maybe that influences other people that follow her dumb accounts.
I mean, I think it's even more obvious than that.
Oh, no,
I just think
'cause it
Avi
gets
Loeb
attention.
is like, oh my God, Kim Kardashian. And,
Avi does like attention.
yeah, I mean,
Well, and that's the way to
he's an
get.
astronomer, for the love of God.
Yeah, if you're trying to get people interested in your thing, you bring
Don't
someone
say it
like
like
Kim
that.
Kardashian into
Yeah,
it.
don't say it like that.
Especially not with her.
So I noticed that I had it on my show sheet, and a couple of you had it on your show sheet. Tom Brady's dog is a clone of his former family dog.
This made me mad.
Yeah, don't do that.
Me too. But here's the thing, though. Like, other people have done this. I forget who the celebrity is. It's a female,
I
but
think it's Barbara Streisand.
there you
Yeah.
go.
It's cloned
She's-
like a bunch of
Yeah,
dogs.
she's done it
Stupid.
over and
Yeah.
over again.
Stupid.
And I just rolled my eyes at it. But when Tom Brady does it, I guess because I hate him. When Tom Brady does it, I'm like, you're a monster.
Well, it's because he wants to clone himself, I think. That's why we know what's really going on here.
Hadn't thought of that.
TB12.
Don't clone your dog though. Like just it's weird too. It's not the same dog.
It's not the same dog.
It's not the
creepy.
same dog. There are
It's
lots
creepy
of
to put
dogs
the
that
same-
need homes.
I find
Yeah.
it so creepy.
And you're like, no, I want the same one. You're not gonna have the same one,
It's
dude.
creepy because you're cloning the dog, and then you're putting the same expectations on
well,
that dog.
Augie was the best dog I've ever had. I would love to have Augie again. I would never want a kind of Augie,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's just
There's something wrong. It says something to me. It says something about you that you just can't A, move on, and B, also recognize that a clone doesn't mean it's the same dog.
And Kevin is 100% right. There are a lot of
There are millions of animals out there that need homes, and you're gonna
10 times as many dogs that need homes as homes that are ready for dogs. And to be like, instead of that, to be like, nah, I'm going to pay like 50 grand to just make a clone of this other dog. It's gross.
Yeah, glad you guys agree.
Yep.
I thought I was just being a jerk.
No, and I hate Tom
No.
too, but I mean,
Gross.
I don't hate Tom for that as much as I just can't stand the fact that my dude just gets to push himself to the front of the line because he's Tom Brady.
I mean, isn't that the Kim Kardashian thing
Yes,
too?
Yeah.
yes, that's why I hate her too.
I mean, it all comes back to just like,
Yeah. Now she's a
"Oh,
world-renowned astronomer.
Yeah.
You are important.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well,
Yep.
sure.
So she's not a lawyer,
She's not a lawyer.
but she's doing a show about being a lawyer.
Correct.
Yeah.
But she carries her, look, I don't think I have quite the problems with Kim that like maybe you guys do, but she carries herself as if she is a lawyer.
Yeah.
She like
Which is a
pretends
problem.
like she's a lawyer. She, to my knowledge, has not passed the bar. So it's kind of weird that she like repeatedly puts herself in that position as if she is a lawyer when she has not gone to law school and has not passed the bar.
Yeah. And the whole California thing, like not having to go to law school, as someone who did go to law school, I think most of us are like, yeah, whatever, chief. Okay.
Well, yeah, you go and you like intern for these law offices while studying for the bar. So, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of real world experience that can be gleaned. I do wonder, though, if since it's Kim Kardashian, those sheets are maybe getting signed off on a little quicker than they would for the average person.
Gee, I wonder why.
A lot of venom
she
dripping
got some
here in
money.
the first segment.
Well, I mean, look,
like
there aren't many more things that are frustrating in the world than people who are doing things that they really haven't earned, but it's because they're famous or because they have money.
Yeah, like
Where the rest
for
of
example,
us, we have to earn everything, and you just get to step to the front of the line. you
For
know?
example, how many aspiring, astronomy students or whatever would die for the chance to be brought on to his team to research things and make their careers that way. And whether it's, obviously he's not bringing her in to be an astronomer or whatever, but it would be a little frustrating to me if I saw that story while I was like, struggling to find a job and an aspiring astronomer or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yep. All right. I got lots of interesting stuff here. Stay tuned. All right, quick break. DGS.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Holiness Pope John Paul II.
There, when St. Louis celebrated.
We greet you and we thank you. For 20 years, you have lifted our spirits and touched our hearts.
There was much excitement in St. Louis during the recent baseball season.
Could have picked any other state or country to go to, and we picked our city.
I will always remember St. Louis. I will remember all of you. God bless St. Louis. God bless America.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Brought to you by St. Louis Public Library, St. Louis's original search engine.
Discover one of St. Louis's greatest treasures, St. Louis Public Library's Central Library. Designed by world-renowned architect Cass Gilbert and completed in 1912, this Beaux Arts masterpiece blends stunning historic details with modern design after a $70 million award-winning renovation. Experience the grandeur for yourself. Free docent-led tours are available Mondays at 11 and 12:30 and Saturdays at 11 noon and 1 p.m. Visit online at slpl.org to learn more. St. Louis Public Library.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real. And I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, this is Bob Ramsey. Congratulations to KMOX, home of the Billikens, 100 years strong as the voice of St. Louis.
My favorite ZZ Top song, great blues tune. Rachel, I'm going to let you make the choice.
Okay.
You want to talk about spring training or mummies?
I'm kind of feeling mummies right now.
All right. We have discovered 3 mummies that are 7,000 years old, and they come from a part of the Sahara Desert during a time when it was the Green Sahara. You guys know this, right?
Yeah.
So 7,000 years ago, the Sahara Desert was like a beautiful rainforest. And these mummies don't match any known DNA.
Oh.
So they're humans. And don't ask me to drill down on this because I can't, because I'm not smart enough. So they are clearly humans. It's not like they're aliens, but they don't correspond to Asian people, African people, European people. They're their own thing. And here's the second thing. People are saying Atlantis.
Ooh.
Because Plato, was it Plato?
Yeah.
Yes.
Talked about the Pillars of Hercules or something like that. And they've always thought it was somewhere in the Aegean, but there was something called that in this area. So I don't think it's Atlanteans, but I think it's cool enough that we found humans that don't match us.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
How did you know it was Plato?
Because a lot of the Atlantis things are about what Plato wrote, because it's like the only official historical, and even that, I mean, we don't even know if it's actually intended to be historical, right?
Also, there's not that many of those guys. So if you take the swing on one, you got like a 30% chance of being right.
You're right. It is Plato, but I'm just over here like, how do they know?
It's a new thing. It's kind of like the Rome thing.
Yeah,
Okay, it's
would,
like the
Rach,
Roman
I would
Empire.
love to high road you right now and act like I'm just that friggin' smart, but it's all ancient aliens.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not our interest in Plato, it's our interest in Atlantis.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is way worse and more embarrassing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's not because we know so much about the writings of Plato.
No.
It's because we think that it's cool
Yep.
if there's a big secret city full of aliens under the ocean.
I like the Atlantis.
I do too. It's really
idea
interesting
as well. Yeah, it's cool.
This one really gets to me. And this, again, is a bit above my pay grade. But you guys have heard of BlackRock.
Mm-hmm.
And over the last few years, when I've done a couple real estate transactions, I've heard that name so many times. And when Nick was selling real estate, he would talk about BlackRock and how they just buy up everything. And they currently oversee $13 trillion worth of properties. And one of the main guys just came out, I think he dropped an article or something, that it's time now for tokenization, digital ID, and social credit scores. So the tokenization, as best I can understand it, is taking everything you can possibly own or have investments in and just breaking it all down to like a pixel kind of thing. You know, like you have 50 million tokens and they can be on all these different things, but it's an easier way to just keep track. I don't know how that's different than money or dollars, but I guess it is. And then we all need a digital ID and probably one in our body. And then the social credit scores. Have you guys looked into this much?
Looking at it right now.
It's really haunting. I think they do it in some countries.
They do it in China.
But it's basically like a credit score, but it also takes into account a lot more from your life, a lot of your personal life.
That could be beneficial though, right?
Oh, here we go.
Well,
okay, BlackRock.
I'm just saying, if you're like a good person, but you're kind of a screw up with money or whatever.
Oh, no. If you're a screw up with money, you're out.
No, yeah, say they're not going to grade how nice you are.
No, you don't get extra points for being a good guy.
It's basically like what you buy and whether you pay your bills or not.
Isn't that a regular credit score?
That's a regular credit
I understand, but it's like an expanded version of that.
Okay.
It's like it's more like it takes into account like your earnings, because I don't think your credit
married?
score has that.
Have you ever been divorced?
Right.
Yeah, things, personal things.
It's going to be things that can be used to assess your risk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is it illegal to get a divorce?
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, why would that even be
upon?
Okay.
It's sort
a
of
sign of instability.
Yeah.
For the financial institutions.
What's your level of education?
Yeah.
You know, it's just a way to take a number like with our credit score, but bring in things about you that people find either attractive or unattractive.
Gotcha. Well, I'm against
it. But anytime a company worth $13 trillion, or probably more than that, 13 trillion properties, who knows what that's
They
worth.
pretty much own parts of everything.
Scott brings up an excellent point, which is life is hard enough.
Yes, it is, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
I really don't like the digital ID thing being a part of your body either. Like,
I don't like any of it.
I don't want anything. I don't want to embed anything into my body and need that to get through life. That sounded an awful Mark of the Beastie to me. Okay?
Also, kind of similar stuff. I'm not going to say most, many CEOs, they're calling it cloning themselves, have cloned themselves into an AI. And say that I'm the CEO of Odyssey and I clone myself into an AI. Now you're not going to get to talk to me. You're going to talk to my AI clone. And it's happening right now. People are using this so that my employees / subjects can interface with me, but I don't have to see them. I can just let my clone do it. It's a brave new world. Very weird.
Yeah, that sucks too.
The cloning thing, we're not at a point with cloning where it's like, and it shares a brain with Dave. Dave's clone is I don't understand this whole thing where it's like, it's the same thing. No, it like Tom Brady's dog. That's not his dog.
No.
It's a dog that has the same like genetic makeup as his dog, but that's not his dog's being inside there. What is so hard to understand about this?
Basically a twin.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Let me tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts. I just saw a television commercial for them today, and it makes me really, really proud to represent Mosby. I don't represent anyone who's not good. I hope you guys believe that. It's true. After 25 years of doing this, I can pretty much pick and choose, and I say no to several companies or products or services that want to use me, but I just don't feel right about it. Mosby is great. I sleep very well at night knowing that anyone from the DGS who reaches out to Mosby to get any kind of remodeling on the inside or outside of their home are not only going to get a great result, right? And we all know how that works, that sometimes you have to pay a price above money to get a good result. You have to kind of crawl over broken glass when it comes to negotiating and the estimation process. And, just it's a pain in the ass. It's never going to be that with Mosby. They are absolutely the gold standard. So it's not just great when the work is done, but the whole thing is going to be enjoyable, they promise. For more information, go to callmosby.com.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman.
From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM, your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
It's time for Dave Murray's weather forecast.
We're going to see a series of cool fronts coming through over the next several days. The grandpa of them all will be coming through late Friday night into Saturday. So expect some bouncing in temperatures. We've had one cool front come by this afternoon, windy from the north, and temperatures are now falling through the 60s. It's clear and cold tonight. Evening temperatures will be dropping back into the, let's say, upper 40s. It's going to drop pretty quickly. 41 for the overnight low. Big full moon out there tonight. Then on Thursday, sunny and 65. Friday, partly sunny, maybe a spot shower in the morning, 71. Saturday, the high is 61. Sunday, the high is 46 degrees with a widespread hard freeze. Sunday night into Monday morning. We'll do that again Monday night into Tuesday morning. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has brought cheers to their fans for decades with the best styles, cutting-edge tech, and good old family values. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER.
There's an old joke about Uncle Sam's new tax short form. The first line says, "How much did you make?" The next line says, "Send it in." Really, not that funny, but that's what a lot of people do in retirement. They take money out of their 401k or IRA and end up sending it in when they pay taxes. Steve All of the All Financial Group invites you to take their tax challenge. What if your current plan included thousands of dollars in unnecessary taxes and fees? Or maybe higher Medicare premiums or a lower Social Security check? What if the savings you realized could allow you to retire early? Wouldn't you want to know about that right now? Take the All Financial Group Tax Challenge and find out. There's no charge. Call Steve today at 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IBW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The countdown to kickoff starts here. Friday's focus on Mizzou, the Chiefs, and the NFL, only on KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 134. Happy Wednesday to you. How's Wednesday feel? Is that about right?
Yeah,
that's
I think
all right.
I think it's fine for a Wednesday.
How are the mornings and the evenings treating you with the time change?
I like the sun coming up a little earlier than it was last week. The nights are tough.
Yeah.
I think it's much later than it is all the time. And
Yep.
It really is going to hit. It tends to hit me closer to like Christmas.
Yeah.
Because that's when I'm driving home
In pitch black.
in like full on. Might as well be like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, now there's still like a palpable hue in the sky.
For you guys.
Well,
Mr. 6 o'clock, it's
Gunner,
pitch black.
Mr. I'll do 8 shows a day. Scott Burbank says, I want to go back to the 80s. I had a thought like that last night. I'm going to tell you what I miss, but I think you're all going to tell me that I'm crazy and I would go nuts if that happened. Wheels is the only one old enough to remember this, but you remember the Sunday night movie?
Yes.
So believe it or not, kids, even before like Blockbuster and all that kind of stuff and Redbox, the only way to see movies were to go to the theater, or on Sunday nights, they would have like a 2-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
And they made it a big deal,
And they made it a big deal.
Yeah.
And then you had like Saturday afternoon creature features and Abbott and Costello, but that was it.
Yep. That was pre-cable.
But there was something, I don't know. I guess it's just the classic pining for an easier, simpler time. But I remember the Sunday night movie, like we all gathered, like literally gather around the television, like, oh my God, they're showing Patton.
Well, I kind of, to an extent, I miss like event television, because event television really doesn't exist anymore. Like, you might have like, the new Game of Thrones isn't on streaming until it starts to air on HBO or whatever, but everybody's just going to watch it on streaming, and they're going to watch it 5 minutes after it starts on HBO or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's sort of defeated the, like, you got to have your butt in the seat and ready to go at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night for your favorite show.
Well, isn't that what makes live sports so valuable?
Yes.
Because that's like the one thing we're still doing. Not
news.
Yeah, that's super true.
Yep. No, you're right. The big draws are news and sports.
Yeah, for years, Skip Weber's been telling me he only buys news and sports because everyone just forwards through the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Razor's Edge?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You should have stopped there. That'd have been fun.
You feel like you got that right.
Hold on, I have the wrong folder open because I was looking at my stuff. I'm like, this is all old. Okay. Okay. So speaking of live sports, they're gonna do another Battle of the Sexes tennis match, and I am extremely excited because it's going to be it's just gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. So the woman is Arina Sabalenka. She's the world #1. She's from Belarus. So she's in that situation where they like don't put her flag up and like just pretend she's not affiliated with Russia. And anyway, and
is she the salty one you're telling us about?
The one yesterday?
Yeah, the one with the Karen.
No,
energy.
not that one.
That's the Danimal, Danielle Collins. Arina, I love her. Like I really love watching her play. She's had some moments where she's like criticized other players. I mean, whatever. It's a complicated
they're tennis
thing.
players.
Exactly. So she's the world #1. Who she will be facing is Nick Kyrgios, who is the world #1 crybaby in tennis. He hasn't played in like several years, and I like Nick too, but he irks me because he's like, I could win a Grand Slam if I wanted to. He says this all the time. If I wanted to. So you're saying you don't want to win a Grand Slam? That makes no sense. But Sabalenka has won 4 Grand Slams. Kyrgios is already talking like, oh yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. Women can't return our serves. Well, I think if any woman could, it's going to be Sabalenka. And she's being like extremely respectful and saying like, I'm really looking forward to the match. I respect what Kyrgios does a lot, but I think we're going to have a good time. So here's how they're going to try to make it a little more even. They each only get 1 serve instead of 2. So that's supposed to like kind of mitigate the fact that men's serves are like more powerful in general. And then I think Kyrgios is going to have to cover more court than she's going to. So that'll be interesting to see. And I think it's really interesting that they're doing this. I think it's going to happen in 2026.
So let me just react. if I were a woman, I think I would be offended by this.
What is that?
Just, we're going to have the number one female player play a guy that hasn't even played in years. And he's going to have to cover more.
He's only 3 years older than her. He's 30. She's 27.
Yeah, I just don't like the whole, clearly you can't beat a really good guy.
Well, no one can beat Jannik Sinner, the world number one. Like, he is maybe, like, I hate to say it, but he might be the greatest tennis player who has ever played. It would be silly for her to play Jannik. Like, it's not going to work out. What I do find interesting about this is the kind of across the board acceptance that it's like, yeah, she's going to play a different guy. And we are going to change the rules to make it more even. I'm a little surprised that that's being acknowledged and that's happening. I just find the whole thing like very interesting.
Yeah. When Bobby Riggs did it with, Billie Jean King. I remember watching it live. I can see it happening right now. They had folding chairs set up on, I guess it would be Billie Jean's side so that she didn't have to cover as much area. And then Bobby Riggs had to cover the whole thing.
Whoa, but he was like an old guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was kind of hoping that this wouldn't be quite as reminiscent, and it's not quite because this guy's a real player. But yeah, Bobby Riggs was like 50, I think, when he did it. And he was like he was never very good. He was a tennis hustler. But it was great because he was kind of a jerk. And he really played that part.
That's kind of what's happening here.
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like
Kyrgios
it.
is like the bad boy of tennis. Of all the bad boys, he is the worst. And if you want like some pretty entertaining and infuriating video, just go to YouTube and search like Nick Kyrgios flipping out or bad moments. This is someone with maybe one of the worst attitudes of all time. And he's such a trash talker. So, I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense for him to be the person that she's playing against. Because I think a lot of guys would just be like, no, like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what's the upside?
And I'm wrong. It's not happening in 2026. It's taking place on the 28th of December.
Oh, I mean, I'll watch it. I find it intriguing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay, what else can we talk about for Razor's Edge? We already talked about Tom Brady cloning his pet. Did you guys see MTG went on The View? Marjorie Taylor Greene?
I didn't see it, but I heard of it.
First of all, I was surprised that she was welcome on that program, just given everything. It felt like a weird fit. And like, I wonder how that conversation went with her team and their producers. But she went on The View and everybody was agreeing with each other. It was kind of crazy.
Is she trying to rebrand herself?
I think so.
100%.
I think so.
She was the Looney Tunes conspiracy theory, all that, and now she's saying sensible things.
Yeah. Well, I am not handing it to her. I do not gotta hand it to her. I give her zero credit for absolutely anything. But she was weirdly enough one of the first people I felt like to kind of in this second Trump administration kind of be like, hey, this isn't really what we all talked about before we elected you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we didn't like this wasn't really what we elected you for. And if you'll remember, he got pretty upset with her for that because she was like the first person to go like, this isn't what we all voted on.
Now, I do want to point out, I don't think this is because Marjorie Taylor Greene has necessarily had some sort of change of heart. I don't think MTG is going to become a Democrat anytime soon.
Oh, no.
People are speculating that she's taking these stances because the Republicans basically shot down her chances at trying to run for the Senate. And this is kind of like a way for her to get revenge or position herself in the Republican Party as it shifts. Donald Trump is getting older. He's not going to be in charge forever. And I don't know if everyone's just going to like immediately glom onto JD Vance. I think she sees an opening here and she's trying to come across as just like less crazy than she has in the past. But one thing that she's really spearheading is the fact that she wants to release the Epstein files. She says, it seems like very rich and powerful men are being protected, and I will sign anybody's resolution, and I'll get on board with anyone's wish to release those files because this is about women, especially when they were teenagers, victims of rape and sexual abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. And there's a list of men they haven't released yet.
There is, if the goal here is to be senator, like to move up, well, Georgia's changed, right? It's not like winning your district. Your district is red, 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 red. The state's purple.
Mm-hmm.
And for statewide office, you're going to have to be more appealing to more people.
Yeah.
One other thing she addressed was the government shutdown, and here was her quote there. And I apologize that I didn't grab audio for this. She says, "I'm going to pick on Republicans. Republicans never fixed it. I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call." So, I mean, she's taking a stand. She's definitely positioning herself in a fashion that makes her more palatable to people who I think wrote her off in the past. But it'll be interesting to see how this arc plays out.
What did you guys think of the Erica Kirk, JD Vance hug? Mean anything to you?
No, nothing about it.
Did you see it?
Have
you seen the kerfuffle?
No, didn't see it. Didn't hear about it.
I saw the hand on the back of the head.
Yeah.
What?
Look, I'm not gonna tell someone how to grieve for their murdered husband. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like it feels.
But I also like. I'll do that.
That may be the most classic Andrew thing.
I'll make a little noise, but I'm not gonna like go in on the poor girl.
I like what you're touching on here, Andrew, because I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong, but if Usha was like, "Yo, I didn't love that hug," I wouldn't blame her. Right. We'll just put it.
Is it weird like the Tom Brady photo with his when he's in the chair with his kid?
You know
is it like that?
Thank you for bringing that up because I'm sure that's what happened. Photographs, whatever. You know, you capture this millionth of a second where there's an awkward moment happening and it can look a million different ways. I'm sure that's what it was. But of course, people on the internet are going crazy with it.
Yeah, haven't seen it.
Let me tell you guys about my friend Matt Bays. He is a doctor, a sports medicine doctor, orthopedic doctor, and a regenerative medicine doctor. Regenerative medicine is a fancy way of saying stem cell injections. I've actually seen Matt Bays do stem cell injections about a half a dozen times, maybe a few more. One guy I'll never forget was a special ops guy. He was probably my age. And I watched him get the whole thing, and we talked during the whole procedure, and he had made all of these countless jumps and been shot and had everything broken. And he said that the stem cell injections were the only thing that gave him any kind of relief, and he got him in his joints and his back, and I just watched the whole thing. But Dr. Bays also takes care of sports medicine injuries, and it doesn't have to be sports medicine. I mean, if we get an ice storm and you fall down your stairs and you strain something, or you might need surgery and want to see a doctor to rule that out possibly, he would love to see you there. The other thing I need to tell you about Matt is that he is absolutely dedicated to having a new kind of doctor's office. So many times, as you guys know, we go in and we wait and we wait and we wait, and you sometimes never get to see the doctor. That's not the way it is at Bays Sports Medicine. They are just as concerned with customer service and getting you in and out and making sure that you feel seen and heard as they are taking care of your injuries. Call 636-735-3003 or go to Bays, which is Bayes, BAYES,
St. Louis, fall is finally here and back with everything you love about the holiday season. Trans-Siberian Orchestra brings the Ghosts of Christmas Eve to Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, kingdomox.com/events.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Welcome back, guys. DG Ask 150, a little Butch Walker for you there in the music. You guys going to be making moon water tonight?
What's moon water?
Well, I'm glad you asked. When there's a full moon, especially a full beaver moon, you take water and you put it in a see-through container. You seal it so the water doesn't go bad. You put it out under the full moon all night. And not only does it hydrate you, but it also connects you to Mother Gaia, puts you in touch with the seasonal flow of nature, and you can see noticeable changes in your life that are unexplainable.
I could use some of that.
Yeah, just for a Tupperware thing full of water.
I do actually believe this.
How does that supposed to work?
He believes it. Talk to him.
It's called moon magic.
Because moonlight is just sunlight bouncing off a thing.
Yeah, but this one's from the moon.
So
Yeah,
like
I
little,
don't think you quite get
are
it.
little moon particles coming off of that light and joining my water.
Kevin, can you do me a favor? Can you take your headphones off so I can have a normal conversation with Rachel and Dave that doesn't involve your interjections going, well, that's stupid. But what I'm going to ask you is, how do you guys feel about the full moon in general? I am occupied tonight and I hate it. I do not like being out on the full moon. I like to take my big ass home and stay there. I'm very superstitious about the full moon.
Like
I think
werewolves or like people going nutsy?
people act different on the full moon, man. And I think maybe this comes from my mother, who spent a lot of time working in the emergency room.
Oh yeah, I've heard the
and
stories.
she was an absolute believer that she would be so upset when she had to work like a night shift on a full moon, because she's like, it's gonna be hell.
Well, there's a lot of liquid in your brain.
Mhm.
And as I understand it, that is the theory behind the full moon psychosis.
Really?
Yeah.
The tides of our
Yes.
brain are messed up?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only explanation I've ever heard. Whether it's a real one or it's just a wives' tale kind of thing. But I do have lots of friends who work in the ER, and every one of them has told me it's absolutely a real thing.
Yeah, but all the studies on it
Here we
have
go.
shown nothing.
Remember when I asked you to take your headphones off, Kevin?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
he left them on.
So we're gonna. I mean, like, there are all kinds of people that swear on a whole bunch of things, but when they're studied, they don't hold up.
Okay.
According to this, over
They're all
100
you're
Sorry,
right.
everybody.
You're right. They're all wrong.
Trying to have
They're
a
all
little fun.
wrong.
Number one, I am just relating to you what the studies have said. This is not my opinion. Over 100 studies have
You
quote,
read
failed
every
to
study in 10 seconds. You
Over-
are friggin' amazing.
It's more than anybody who said that it matters. Not one of them looked at anything but feelings.
Feelings are real, Kevin.
Do you recall, Dave? Do you recall asking him? I don't recall asking him.
I remember someone asking him to take his headphones off.
All right. Well, yeah,
No,
I guess we believe in witches being for real and curses.
You're looking at
You know that we do. We
Don't-
talk about this every
Don't
day.
make this glamour witch bake some moon water on your ass.
Seriously. Tempting fate
Oh
right
no,
now.
black cat and a ladder. We're doomed.
I mean, maybe. Can't be too safe. I'm making moon water tonight. That sounds good.
Someone's gonna wake up with a smaller weenie.
You guys are all like the pagan chiefs. We're like, oh, these things are real.
Can you imagine what it must be like to be so little fun?
I don't know. I'm laughing.
What was the pagan symbol that the NHL players were getting? Like, and everyone's like, "You're worshiping."
I don't remember that.
Oh, we talked about it on the show. Yeah, very recently.
Help us out, Kev. Oh, now he's got nothing.
I got nothing. I
It
don't
was
remember
like Jobri or something.
Oh, Jobu.
Jobu.
Oh, yeah, that's voodoo from a movie though.
Yes,
that's from a movie. Jobu was just Serrano's little what do you call it? Trinket,
little
voodoo doll from the movie Major League. Yeah, but it's close. It's about as real.
So completely real.
I believe in Jobu more than I believe in Moonwater.
Well, someone's not getting any moon water.
Yeah.
I mean,
someone's life isn't going to be changed at all.
In a sense, isn't all water eventually touched by the moonlight?
No.
What?
It's not out.
Where do we get our water?
It's called pipes, dog.
Yeah.
Right. Where does it get into the pipes?
You know, ironically, this ties in pretty well to what we're going to do next.
Oh,
I feel like Captain Kirk dealing with Spock.
It's illogical, Captain.
Tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. I was just there yesterday. So I was also at my bank this week, and I want to make sure you get it. It's a really big ask, especially like I've been with my bank 30 years, to take everything out of your bank and end all of those relationships and go to First Missouri Credit Union. If you want to, by all means, do it. But what a lot of people are doing is they're opening an account. It only takes like $25 in a checking account. Then you're a member, you're an owner, and they're going to treat you as such. They're also going to give you 4.27% interest on your checking account up to $100,000. That's real money. That's better than a CD, and it's fungible. That's probably the wrong word, but you can pull it in and you can put it back in and you can move it around, unlike a certificate of a deposit or other things that are going to get you anywhere near 4.27%. So lots of people are doing that at First Missouri. There are two locations down on Lee May Ferry in South County. If you're saying like, well, there's my objection. I live in Clayton. I live in Wildwood. All you need is one trip to First Missouri. Then you can do most of all of your transactions at a credit union near you because we have this reciprocity thing that really goes around the world. 314-544-5050, the number one STMOCU.org.
Save big money on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. We carry the largest in-stock selection of Hunter ceiling fans. They provide consistent comfort all year round and also help reduce energy costs. Right now, save big on Hunter ceiling fans when you shop at Menards. View our entire selection of Hunter ceiling fans today on Menards.com. Plus our weekly flyer with plenty more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody. Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I hear from sellers all the time that they fear they have missed out on the selling market. They are so relieved to learn September, October, and November are strong selling months. With low inventory and hopefully lower interest rates, this fall will be a hot one for real estate. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. You may have heard me say, why pay more than 4 for years? Now it's why pay more than 2, saving you even more money. Call me 314-441-4444. And remember, why pay more than 2?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri, Kansas, and Nevada.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we have sunny skies and 71 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Kina in for Michael Calhoun. Our top story, the U.S. Supreme Court considering a challenge to President Trump's sweeping tariffs. The justices heard arguments on whether the president can unilaterally impose those tariffs under a Federal Emergency Powers Act. Lower courts have previously concluded most of the tariffs are illegal. A boost to St. Louis Police Chief Robert Tracy's salary. Is it going away? Well, maybe not.
For the first 3 years of his tenure, the Police Foundation has provided an extra $100,000 to Chief Tracy's salary, bringing it to $275,000. While the Police Foundation says they will not be extending that agreement beyond this year, citing the state takeover, Chief Tracy tells me there is work going on behind the scenes.
There's people and they're looking at ways to make sure I can be made whole at a market rate that I was brought in at right now. I can't talk about some of the details, but hopefully everybody has a lot of confidence that will get resolved in a short time.
Tracy says he is committed to St. Louis without that boost. Other cities pay their police chiefs significantly higher than St. Louis. Baltimore, Boston, and Philadelphia pay over $300,000 annually, while Memphis and Kansas City pay over $250,000 per year. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The need is great, and it takes community response. Dr. Andrea Jackson-Jennings with the Regional Response Team says they have launched the Rapid Response Community Fund in order to help those affected by the government shutdown.
The objectives for the fund is to increase access points by getting dollars immediately to community-rooted groups that are able to put food in people's hands, especially those where there are geographical gaps.
CBS News correspondent Jim Krasula has details on yet another food recall. This time it involves ice cream.
Häagen-Dazs dark chocolate mini bars have been recalled because they could contain undeclared wheat. The recalled bars were sold in 6-count packages at Kroger and Giant Eagle food stores in 31 states. There have been no injuries or illnesses reported because of the undisclosed wheat, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
The business desk sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. Private job growth resumed in October. That's according to payroll processor ADP. CBS News reporter Jason Brooks has more.
Businesses added 42,000 jobs last month, bouncing back from a decline of 29,000 in September, with ADP reporting that it was the first gain since July, although still very weak compared to monthly jobs gains over the past 4 years. The sectors seeing the biggest gain was transportation, trade, and utilities, while jobs were lost in information, professional and business services, leisure and hospitality, and manufacturing. ADP is the main labor market data supplier at the moment, with the federal government shutdown about to cancel a second straight Bureau of Labor Statistics employment report originally scheduled for this Friday.
A check of the Dow at this hour from Stifel, up 308 points to 47,393. A check of traffic right now. It looks like still some problems out there for northbound 270 drivers. That's due to that earlier vehicle fire. That actually was a large truck that lost part of its load and it was hauling trash, and that's what's burning and still smoldering. You're even starting to see some slowdowns on the approach to 270 from 44. The other problem is in the Metro East, right on that bridge there, westbound 5564 at the PSB split. You still have construction delays there, and 2 right lanes are closed. Weather is sponsored by the Pauley Agency. In a world of cookie-cutter health plans, the Pauley Agency is proud to represent coverage that trailer made and fit to your needs. It's just tailor-made. The Pauly Agency puts the sure in insurance. For a free quote, call 636-222-2141. 49 rather. That's 222149. 636-222-2149.
We're going to see a series of cool fronts coming through over the next several days. The grandpa of them all will be coming through late Friday night into Saturday. So expect some bouncing in temperatures. We've had one cool front come by this afternoon, windy from the north, and temperatures are now falling through the 60s. It's clear and cold tonight. Evening temperatures will be dropping back into the, let's say, upper 40s. It's going to drop pretty quickly. 41 for the overnight low. Big full moon out there tonight. Then on Thursday, sunny and 65. Friday, partly sunny, maybe a spot shower in the morning, 71. Saturday, the high is 61. Sunday, the high is 46 degrees with a widespread hard freeze. Sunday night into Monday morning. We'll do that again Monday night into Tuesday morning. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
71 in St. Peter, 70 in Florissant, and 71 downtown to the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Wednesday. So looking at the stream, we set off a firestorm about moon water and the full moon and the effects.
Yeah.
Big Blonde Dan says gravitational pull is no different during the full moon. Distance from the Earth is the same. That said, my wife, who's an ICU nurse, hated working full moon nights. I think the light messes with circadian rhythms. And then Tina says, speaking from firsthand experience, not just a feeling or opinion, Kevin. And that's how she wrote it.
Yeah.
Nursing homes at night during full moons are off the chain.
Yeah, I went in and told Andrew during the break, I'm like, I do believe in the power of suggestion. So if people think something's going to be that way, they may act out that way, right? You convince yourself that something's going. I mean, we know that's real. That's been studied.
You know what I'm sick of?
But
I'm so sick of you being right all the time.
But
it's really
just
getting
want to
in my
say,
craw.
since everybody's dunking on everybody.
Not everybody, just you.
In 2019, there was a review of nearly 18,000 medical records from different facilities. They found no relationship between lunar cycles and the length of hospital stays, the number of inpatient admissions or discharges or at psychiatric facilities.
Yeah, that's not that many.
So 18. So while I do believe people will take the power of suggestion, not consciously, but like they expect it, so maybe they do act a little weird because they know they can.
Could be.
As opposed to what the science said.
Science is no fun.
I know.
It's the ultimate fun.
And to be
ruiner.
clear, it's not my opinion. I'm just going by what the 18,000 cases studied showed.
Yeah, you have your supporters. Deadly St. Louis says hashtag free wheels.
He's a different cat.
Okay.
He likes to play games.
Oh,
but
okay.
He's fun. He's a regular on Rush Hour. He likes to play games.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay, can I say one more thing? I'm sorry. Wheels, do you accept, though, that there are certain things that we can't explain?
Yes. Those are the things that we don't have studies on.
Okay.
Burn.
All right.
No,
I'll take that.
I'll
take that.
I'm not saying that every study is always right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this seems like a lot of people in the medical field took a lot of years of looking at this and realized there's nothing there to measure or connect.
I'm sorry, Tina. He says you're a liar.
That's not what I'm saying. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying the scientists are calling you that.
So in studio, we have guest Taylor Flynn Elhofer, Senior Director of Operations at Missouri American Water Company. Taylor, I'll tell you what I told the lady who called. My bill will be paid next week. So just friggin' take it easy, man.
The check's in the mail.
Take it easy.
He came all the way down here to collect.
No, American Water is one that I'm on a, what you call it, you take it out of my bank.
Okay, I said your auto pay.
I'm cool with them.
Your auto pay.
I'm totally cool with them.
Yeah.
I'm probably prepaid.
There you go.
Use all the water I want.
Yep.
And Taylor's here because he's a listener and he heard us our dumbasses talking the other day about whether there's water in a water tower, because I'd always heard there wasn't.
Right.
And then Andrew's like, why is it so big and bulbous if
And I
there's
was
no
like, why
water
is it
in
got to
it?
go all the way up there if we're just going to bring it back down here?
Right. So tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yeah. So like you said, I've been a listener for a long time. My dad kind of introduced me way back, probably full 25 years. So I've been listening the whole time.
All right. Your dad's still around?
Yeah, he's probably listening right
Shout
now.
out. Hi, Dad.
So
Hi, Dad.
Mark Elhofer, if he's listening. So yeah, I've always listened to you guys. You guys have always been a bright spot for me in my day.
Cool.
Back when I used to work in the lab, used to listen to you guys in the headphones all the time. Really made kind of the time go by quickly. So yeah. So
working in the lab, Kevin.
Yeah.
Working in the lab.
That's good. More than
Smart
me.
people listen to the show.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to question this guy.
To be fair, my wife's a NICU nurse, and she absolutely believes in the full moon theory.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
I can't fight that one.
Go after his wife, Kev.
I'm not going after anybody. Science is.
Yeah, Taylor, don't forget to tell your wife about all the studies.
18,000.
Yeah, 18,000 studies.
You know, those same studies that tell us which medicines to use and which surgeries to perform and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not going to fight that. But no, I heard you guys talking about the water towers, and I was like, well, you guys are pretty close, but hey, I'll reach out to Andrew. You guys have brought up some utility stuff in the past. I'm like, well, you guys are pretty close, but I always love talking about it. My wife's sick of hearing about it, so anytime I get the chance to talk to people that are actually
familiar,
interested,
man. I feel like this is me.
She landed herself a waterman.
She's like, you need to go talk for a living, otherwise you gotta shut up.
Oh man, yeah, we see fire hydrants and stuff in different areas on vacation.
Honey,
and
let me tell you a little something
look at
about
that. And
that.
she's like, listen, if you tell me about that one more time, I'm sick of it. So no.
So before we get into the water tower itself, let's kind of have that discussion we just had off the air. About 20 years ago, I was lucky enough to get down into the catacombs under the streets in St. Louis, and it's nuts. It is nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, first of all, how old that is, like 100 years old or more.
Yeah.
And it still works for the most part. Like, we'll have, busts and breaks and things like that. But talk a little bit about the infrastructure.
Yeah. So the system here in St. Louis, specifically out in the county, ours is a little over 125 years old. Wow. So you've seen a lot of change throughout time, a lot of growth as people moved out to the county. So the system's seen a lot of change. Like everything else, if 1920s era, 1930s era, different materials were preferred and put into the ground. So you have some differences there. Things have kind of changed a little bit, but treating water has always been, very, fundamentally very simple. You want to clarify it. You want to filter the water and you want to disinfect it.
How long have we been able to do that?
Oh man. So the filtration, everything I've read kind of dates back to the ancient Egyptians kind of passing it through.
Oh, holy crap. I was thinking like 1890. Like it goes all the way back.
Yeah. I think they started it back then, kind of filtering it through either linens or not the papyrus scrolls or whatever it might be, but kind of that process of really using the filters to clarify
and
the water.
Isn't that brilliant?
Oh yeah.
To think like, because you couldn't see the particles.
Absolutely.
But to deductive logic, just go, maybe there's something in this water. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's filter it out. See what happens.
Yeah. And so you see some of those changes and the big ones, like I said, the simple parts of it have really been established well over time. But, new for us is, hey, disinfectant wasn't really a thing in the water industry a couple hundred years ago. That's relatively new, but, that started in the early 1900s and, obviously made a big change in health standards and everything that's come since.
I remember when, I think my dad said it to me just to screw with me, but when he told me that, because we lived near the Mississippi over on the east side, and he said, people in up north, they drink their water and then they pee, and then that goes into the Mississippi, and then we grab it and then we drink it. He left out the filtration part, of course.
Oh yeah,
because he's a dad. But
no, it's fully treated. Full disclosure, I'm a customer. I drink the water. My kids drink the water. I'm a big water drinker and Diet Coke, but love the water as well. But yeah, it's fully treated and they're very specific about any wastewater that gets treated, whether it's upstream or anything, has to meet certain protocols before anything ends up getting discharged to the waters of the state. So that's really well protected. And then also we're really lucky to have just the source waters that we do have here. Out in the county, we pull from the Missouri River and the Merrimack River, and that might be a little counterintuitive because when you're driving over the Missouri River, it looks pretty muddy, but all the silt and everything in there actually makes it pretty easy to remove that silt in and of itself, and really kind of helps with the clarification process.
That's really cool. I mean, duh. I'd never really thought about it that way, but we are lucky to have all these rivers right here.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to being out in the middle of, hell's half acre and you have to pipe it in from who knows how far away.
Yeah, we're in a good spot. We're not only water rich, but if you look at what's upstream of us compared to, cities out on the East Coast or West Coast, we don't have a whole lot of like industry out there. So anything that could potentially cause issues with, our source water, they're usually known quantities and we don't have a whole lot of that for us.
So you're my only water guy I know. So I'm going to ask you stuff that you probably don't know, but I watched a special a few years ago that scared the hell out of me about how forget gold, forget nuclear power, water is what we're going to fight over, like globally. Like there just isn't enough water to go around. Is that true? Or is that sort of
I don't think we're there yet. I mean, if you look into some areas, like if you go into the Western United States where you have areas where they're really drought ridden, you're limited on options. You have to drill more wells or find new aquifers if you're running low or have issues with that, or you're looking at desalination, and that's a really expensive process. But I think the option's always going to be there, and there'll be things available. It's just a matter of, how much we want to invest to be able to keep that going.
So if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Taylor, who's the Senior Director of Operations at Missouri American Water Company. And so far, he's told us that it is true that during the full moon, people get crazy. That's according to his wife.
Yep.
So let's talk about the water towers. Like
Sure.
when you drive by one and there it is, and it says Breeze, Illinois on it. Like what's going on inside that thing?
Yeah. So usually when you're wanting to maintain pressure within a water system, it may not seem logical, but the name of the game is all about elevation, specifically elevation in regards to sea level. So it's often referred to as MSL or median sea level, the amount of feet above that. So you have different terrain. You might have like a mountain or a valley or something like that. And what we want to do to ensure that we have adequate pressure and we're always going to maintain pressure is you want to lift up that water, kind of pump the water up to an elevation that's going to be nice and high. So for every 1 foot of elevation that you're going to lift a column of water, you're going to have 0.43 PSI of pressure. Not to get too nerdy into the numbers and everything, but you can kind of think of it as if you've ever swam in the bottom of a pool, whether or not it's someone's backyard pool and it's 9 feet down, or you're in an Olympic swimming pool and you're 9 feet down, you're going to feel that same amount of pressure that's on your ears. It's the same thing when you're lifting water up. You're just making sure that, hey, if we're lifting that water 100 feet to the top of that tank, at the base of that tank, you're going to have 100 feet worth of pressure. So basically 43 PSI is what you're going to pull from it. So you want to put those tanks at the high points in the county. So, you're able to adequately serve everybody. And so you'll see that if you go to a topographical map of St. Louis County. You might not think of it as being hilly. I never did until I started working here. But you'll find that we have those elevated storage tanks at the high point of the county. And really, they help us so that if we've got a power outage or something, you're not relying upon, I got to come on with this pump right now, or this pump dropped off and we got to fire up a generator. Gravity's never failed. So you lift that water up. If you have a main break or a sudden fire takes place and we need to use a lot of water in a certain area, the gravity is going to make sure that as they open up that hydrant, they're going to be adequately served with pressure, regardless of whether you're able to come on with the pump or not.
So you pump the water for a water tower, you pump the water up into the bulb.
Yes.
And then it goes from the bulb where?
It goes back out.
Right back down.
Kind of depends on the structure of the water tower. There's different types, and like everything else, there's some that you have a single inlet and outlet. Some have an inlet and an outlet. It kind of depends on the needs of the area and what you construct.
So what percentage of the water we drink has spent time in a water tower? All of it? Most of it?
Well, you're definitely drinking water tower water at some point throughout the day. It kind of helps to supplement what we're producing at our plants throughout the day. Usually what we're doing is we're filling those tanks overnight. So we'll ramp up our pumpage at night. You can think of it as like a 2-to-1 ratio. We're going to pump about twice as much at night than we do during the day, because it benefits Ameren for us to have this huge electrical load that we use at night. So we get, it's kind of like if you have that budget billing at your house for Ameren, and it's different time of day demand. If you enroll in that, it's the same thing, just at a larger scale, because we're a huge user of electricity. So We'll ramp that up at night and we'll fill the tanks. And then slowly throughout the day, we'll kind of drain those tanks to help supplement what we're producing at the plant so that we don't have to have such a huge electrical load during that peak
Seems
time.
like the inside of the tank would be too dirty.
No, I mean, you really, water's like everything else. Everything's got kind of a shelf life, and you want to make sure a few different things. That's why it's important that you're not only filling the tanks at night, but you're not just letting it sit there. You want to use that throughout the day because you want to get what's called tank turnover. So you want to be able to, here we aim for every 72 hours, drain out at least 2/3 of the tank so that we could fill it the following night. That way you're getting the freshest water out there. You want to make sure that, everything that's sitting out there isn't sitting out there too long.
Questions?
No, that answered them.
Yeah, right.
Doing a great job of explaining
Yeah,
things.
no
It's good
kidding.
when somebody knows stuff.
Yeah, I practiced on my
We're
wife
all
for
like,
several
why
years.
is the water up high? That was me.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Thank you, Taylor.
Absolutely.
Really
Thank
good.
you for having me.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
There's a couple of ways you can save money on your next bottle of Smart Mouth. If you buy on Amazon, you can save 20% by using code Glover Show when you check out, or you can go to smartmouth.com/Glover and download a coupon where you can save $2.50 on any 16-ounce Smart Mouth mouthwash. Now, if you've never tried Smart Mouth before, go download that coupon, use that code, and get your first bottle. Dave and I are always talking about the fact that you will become addicted. It's not because it's like, oh, it tastes so incredible. It does taste nice, but you're going to be addicted to the feeling of having truly fresh breath for really the first time. Those other products, they don't work the way Smart Mouth works.
Couple of focused types of Smart Mouth. The gum health, we talk about all the time. We both swear by it. We both have a little bit of gingivitis. And so that really stops it. Like I don't have it anymore. If I run out of gum health Smart Mouth, it'll come back. But while I'm using it, it's just gone. And then mouth sore, if you get canker sores or fever blisters or things like that, I absolutely swear by it. When I start feeling the tingle of a cold sore, I literally put it on a tissue and hold it on there for an hour, and it just goes away. Now, whether that's real or not, I don't have 18,000 medical studies like Wheels, but it works for me. To save you $2.50 off everything, Smart Mouth, go to smartmouth.com/Glover.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call the Lance Story Law Firm today and let us get between you and the IRS. We'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney team who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis, or visit Lance, DRURY, law.com LandstoryLawFirm.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Landstory Law Firm, 314-260-6120.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
This is Brian Kelly. As a Florissant native, getting to work at KMOX allowed me to live out my childhood dream. Congratulations to the voice of St. Louis on 100 years.
.224 at DG, Ask on KMOX. I love this. People still going at it with Kevin. Kevin,
not going at it with me.
The dementia and Alzheimer's patients who have basically no clue of what was going on still react to the full moon. And Karen says, from a nurse, deaths definitely occur in threes.
You're not arguing with me, man. I'm just reading what the study showed on healthline.com.
They're arguing with science.
Yeah, fine. I didn't know.
I've never seen him exasperated.
I didn't offer any of the studies, man.
It's got to be frustrating when you're pointing to scientific evidence and we're all going, no,
no,
I don't think so. I do 100% with the deaths occur in threes thing, though. Because, I mean, think of all the celebrities. It always happens in clumps of threes. And then in your personal life, too, it usually
seems to
happens like that.
This is apropos of absolutely nothing, but I did it this morning and I laughed at myself and I realized I do it every single time. So first of all, when I make my coffee in the morning, I instantly microwave it. I don't even let it cool off at all. I microwave it either 22 seconds or 27, depending on my mood, how long I'm going to take to drink it.
How'd you come upon those numbers?
I have a weird thing about numbers. I just do.
Okay.
Like when I'm turning the sound up on the television, it can't be on an odd number.
Okay.
It has to be on an even number.
But it's odd numbers when you are
doing your coffee.
Your coffee.
Yeah, it's because the 2 and the 7 are above each other.
Okay.
So I can go
gotcha.
2-2 or 2-7.
Yeah.
So it's my mental illness and my laziness coupled together.
Okay.
But then what I do is I stand there and watch it, and I try to time it so that when it goes 3, 2, 1, I just pull it open
before the buzzer.
Yeah,
I've done stuff like that. That's a challenge.
I do it every time.
That's fun.
Part of it is I hate the beeper. And then secondly, I feel like an athlete or something.
Yeah, look at how quick I am. I still got it, man.
Look at this. Look at my timing.
That stuff's fun.
Sandra loves the music. Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate that.
It's nice.
Phoebe Glover is some kind of freak. Like when we would go to Dave & Buster's, the Tower of Lights that you have to time it, I've seen her hit the 1,000 ticket thing 3 times. 3 times.
Whoa.
And she just stands there and like her eyes roll back in her head a little bit. I swear to God, she's like, and then she just hits it. Bam.
I don't think I know the thing you're talking about.
No, it's like the lights go up and down and up and down, and then you hit it to stop it. And wherever you stop, it's how many tickets you get.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get you.
Yes,
I don't think I ever played that one.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think I played that a couple times. It's a fun one.
Let me tell you guys about Michael's Baths. Mike really kind of hit the jackpot here, dude. About 30 years ago, he was doing general construction and remodeling everything in a house. And he decided he really liked doing bathrooms. And so he just limited his construction to that. And here you go, 30 years later, and you got Bath Fitter and 3-Day Kitchen and Bath out there just cleaning up, doing national bathroom remodels. Mike's going to do the same thing. Look, if they can do it in 2 days, he can do it in 2 days. A lot of times they can't. But what Mike's going to do is he's going to tell you the truth as opposed to trying to stand by a jingle or something. He's going to say, here's what you're looking at. Here's what it's going to be for the products. Here's what it's going to be for the service. I can get to it at this time. It's going to take me 2.5 to 3 days. So if you appreciate someone looking you in the eye, shaking your hand with a firm grip and telling you the truth, that's what Mike does. He's about 50% less than the aforementioned companies. He also does VA benefits, where if you're a disabled veteran, you can get a bathroom basically for free, depending on what you get. If you want to add on a few accoutrements, it might cost you a little bit out of pocket, but for the most part, it's a VA benefit. 636-775-0800, michaelsbaz.com.
St. Louis, meet your new favorite way to start the day. The Chris and Amy Show. It's not the same old talk. It's fresh, it's different, and it's local. Chris and Amy dig into the news that matters, but they also keep it light, keep it fun, and keep you smiling. Serious when it needs to be, silly when it can be. That's pure entertainment with a local heartbeat. The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays at 9 on the Voice of St. Louis, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Let's check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
We're going to see a series of cool fronts coming through over the next several days. The grandpa of them all will be coming through late Friday night into Saturday. So expect some bouncing in temperatures. We've had one cool front come by this afternoon, windy from the north, and temperatures are now falling through the 60s. It's clear and cold tonight. Evening temperatures will be dropping back into the, let's say, upper 40s. It's going to drop pretty quickly. 41 for the overnight low. Big full moon out there tonight. Then on Thursday, sunny and 65. Friday, partly sunny, maybe a spot shower in the morning, 71. Saturday, the high is 61. Sunday, the high is 46 degrees with a widespread hard freeze. Sunday night into Monday morning. We'll do that again Monday night into Tuesday morning. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Brought to you by Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com. Hi, Margaret with Eamon Gantner and Capriano. Before you packed your child off to college, did you get a power of attorney for them? Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't be based solely on advertising.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now that we're getting older, we've been putting more thought into maintaining our health.
We knew the water we drink every day could be filled with contaminants. So
we called Leaf Home Water Solutions.
They came to our home and did a free water test and gave us the analysis right away.
We were shocked at what we saw.
They found heavy metals like iron and copper.
Our own tap water was putting our health at risk, but Leaf Home Water Solutions made it easy to get safer water from every tap and hose. A whole home solution.
They have more than 250 product combinations and designed a system that fits our needs and budget. The installation took less than a day.
With Leaf Home Water Solutions, our water is safer and healthier. When we drink, when we cook, when we shower, even when we garden.
We feel better about our health.
Thanks to Leaf Home Water Solutions.
Schedule your free home water test today at leafhome.com/free and save 15% on all home water treatment systems. That's leafhome.com/free for your free home water test and 15% off. leafhome.com/free.
They're playing basketball.
night is men's Billikens basketball as they face Chicago State. Pre-game 6:45. Tip at 7 on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 234. Happy Wednesday to you. So I was listening to Amy and Chris this morning, as I always do when I drive in. And right at the start of the show, they started off talking about politics. And I don't think there's anyone better in our business than Amy when it comes to breaking down politics, at least for my particularly shaped brain. It makes sense to me. And so I immediately texted Andrew and I'm like, hey, let's get Amy on the show later on, because I kind of wanted to do for the DGS audience what she did for Chris and Amy's audience. So Amy, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Hey, yeah, anytime. Thanks for having me on.
So before we get into that, I understand we're catching you in between television shoots. For anyone out there who doesn't know what you're doing, line them out.
Yeah, so I do a hockey show with Chris Kerber at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays on Matrix Midwest, which is Channel 6 on Spectrum, 32 over the air, or the Matrix Midwest app. So we just recorded that, an hour long of hockey talk. And then I am joining KMOV live in a few minutes. I think to talk a little hockey, but maybe marathoning and other things as well.
Very nice. Cool. Yeah, good for you. Proud of you.
Yeah.
So basically, you were talking about how Donald Trump has, and here's the most interesting thing I heard, if I get this right, that basically you can stomp on Republican dogma as long as you are really zinging the opposition, that modern Republicans, the neo-Republicans, are more concerned with the satisfaction of how it feels to get the other side while abandoning some of the core principles of conservatism.
Yeah, and they've abandoned a lot of core principles of conservatism. And actually, I was quoting from a really good conversation between Yuval Levin, who's one of my favorite political commentators, and Jonah Goldberg. And Yuval Levin said exactly what you just quoted. You can trample the shibboleths of the conservative right as long as you have the correct tone attacking the left. And he brought up a pretty stunning number that in 2016, 97% of Trump voters also voted for Romney in 2012. And when you look at Donald Trump and Mitt Romney, they're two very different people with different values. And his point is that leaders matter because he said, when you look at the political elite, those at the top, you need to take them seriously, even in a populist moment like the one we're in now, because Trump was able to cause the right to abandon all of their prior principles and focus solely on a set of resentments that have always been there, but weren't necessarily prioritized in the same way by a previous generation of leaders. And that is so true. You look at the grievance politics, you look at anger, you look at fear. Maybe some of that was always underlying in the Republican Party, but leaders matter because Trump was able to take the Republican Party in that direction to the point that you could say the Romney Republican is dead.
Yeah, and isn't that interesting? Because I've said many times in the show that the last politician I was passionate about, which is kind of weird because having passion for Mitt Romney is sort of incongruent, but I was a Mitt Romney guy. But going, Mitt Romney, of course, lost. And then then it's almost like it was written in a script. Then here comes Donald Trump down the escalator and just starts F-bombing everybody. And this guy sucks. And this guy's not a war hero. And people are like, here we go. It's about time.
Yeah. No, I mean, people really pushed back. Republicans really pushed back against the Romney Republican. That was really the shift when you went from that process-oriented conservative to this aggressive, pugilistic, bombastic conservative that we really hadn't seen before. And the reason is because Republicans said, well, the nice guy doesn't win. It's always been the progressives who are tearing things down and bulldozing through barriers. So that's what we're going to do. No more Mr. Nice Guy. And that's such a dangerous precedent. And I'm looking now at Donald Trump saying yesterday that the Republicans need to get rid of the filibuster, kill the filibuster, otherwise you're not going to win. And this is so dumb because the filibuster has been a political football with whoever's in party. If you're in power, you want the filibuster killed. If you're not in power, you want to keep the filibuster. It's suddenly sacred. And the thing is, what bothers me about this is it's just illustrative of the Republicans speaking as if they've won. Woke is dead. We've done it. We've won. This is the apotheosis of political achievement, and we're going to be in power forever, which is so naive and myopic. We already saw yesterday with the results of the elections across the country, Zohran Mamdani winning in New York, that Trumpism is not like final stage democracy. It's not like this is the end all be all. And the reason why that matters and why process matters and constitutional fail-safes matters is because now that the Republicans are talking as if they've won and we've got to do everything and anything to get the end result, even if it means stomping on constitutional processes, which are cumbersome, we're effectively bulldozing the barriers and fail-safes that prevent radical change in a short amount of time. So when Trump is no longer president, and he no longer will be president sooner rather than later, the same thing with all the people in Congress, that their time is up pretty quickly when you look at the grand scheme of things. What they've done is they have paved a smooth path. They've flattened the landscape for any of the progressives that come after them. And history shows us progressives will come after this Republican moment. And so that blows my mind how short-sighted it is. And at any rate, even if it were Republicans coming after Republicans, you don't want to bulldoze fail-safes and slow processes, because when you can slow things down, it makes you more stable. If we have a swing every time there's a new president of our foundational beliefs as far as policy or the way we run our government, that's destabilizing for us, and it's destabilizing for all of our allies who won't know what to think.
Amy, you didn't say what I'm about to say, but you made me. This thought popped into my head when I'm listening to your description, which I think is very accurate. We've become very childlike. We want things, but we don't want to give anything up to get them. We want to be able to fight wars, but not raise taxes. We want to be able to beat our opponents, but we don't want to concede anything. And the identity politics kind of allows that, right? Where you're not asking anybody to give up anything on your side, right? You're like, nobody wants to suggest that the way to get to a place where we're all happier is we all sacrifice something. Sacrifice seems to be, which is a very adult thing, right? You're a runner. You can't become a good marathoner, a great marathoner, or a marathoner, period, without sacrifice, without difficulty, without struggle. And it seems like we're telling people you can get what you want without sacrifice or struggle, but you really can't.
Yeah, and I think so. There's a couple of things that you hit on there that I think are different, but they're all contributing to the problem. There's identity politics and tribalism and whatever you want to call it, which has caused huge issues and sometimes actually cuts down on ideological diversity. But then you have partisan politics where your enemy's enemy is your friend. And we're seeing right now, I mean, looking at the Heritage Foundation and that nonsense with that horrible racist Nick Fuentes and how, well, we can't attack our own side. Do you remember Charlottesville? That was Unite the Right. Like, what in the world? I don't think going back to Unite the Right terminology is necessarily a good move for the Republicans. So it's like, oh, we can't call out our own side. You always have to go off after the other side. So you have that side of things. When it comes to compromise and concessions, yes, that is being viewed as weak, really on, all over the political spectrum. Compromise is viewed as weak.
Yeah.
But then you also mentioned not getting your way. Oh, here's the thing. Life is full of hard choices. The choices are not between a good outcome or a good solution and a bad solution, because a good solution and a bad solution, well, that's an easy choice because you are picking the good solution, ideally. A hard choice is when it's a good solution versus a good solution, or a bad solution versus a bad solution. That's what makes it a hard choice. And in politics, there are hard choices. There is no panacea. It's what decisions can we make that affect or hurt the fewest amount of people and make it fair for the most amount of people, because it's such a stupid cliche, but you can't please everyone. You can't have a policy where it's fair for 1 million people, 100% of people. There are really hard decisions. How we go about that and what those hard decisions looks like, we're really differing on that in the political spectrum.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Get back to television. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
All right. Bye-bye.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah.
that.
Amy's smart.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, it is a fascinating thing, though, right? Like we're doing this. We've been and this has been going on for a long time, right? I mean, probably further back than I'm going to go. But I mean, you can go back to post 9/11. We want to go to war. What have we done historically when we go to war? Well, we raise taxes to pay for it, but we didn't want to do that. So that raises the debt. And we've been making these compromises for, again, both sides of the political aisle, where we want to get what we want, but we don't want to give up anything to get it. And that's what the identity, to me, that's how the identity politics has taken over, because you don't have to give up anything to go after the person you disagree with.
Hi, it's Debbie Monterey. When I endorse a product or service on the radio, I take it very seriously and I do my research. I did that when I first met Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty more than 5 years ago. Gloria is here in studio today. So Gloria, I'll ask the same question I asked you when we first met. What sets you apart from other local agents?
Well, number one is my guaranteed offers. I'm so confident that I'll sell your home at 100% of market value, or I'll pay the difference. Number two is I already have the buyers, so your home may already be sold. I literally have thousands of buyers in my Buyers in Waiting program. This is how I'm able to create higher demand, more offers, and that means more money in your pocket.
Get to know Gloria Liu like I have. Upfront written guarantees with the least hassle. Call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
KMOX welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 and take $50 off your air duct cleaning. Book online anytime at ZeroResSTL.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
$249 DGS. Such an idiot. I'm such a little kid. So the executive bathroom is still closed. So I have to get to the main bathroom, which isn't like far, but you know,
it's probably 50%
further.
And it really stinks when you walk back to the executive and it's closed, and then you like, especially when we're on there, you lose like a minute of time, which is very precious in radio.
So I was walking fast, and I'm already a fast walker, as you know. And then I started doing this kind of Monty Python thing where I like really exaggerated landing on my heels.
Yeah.
And I moved it in an incredible pace.
Nice.
Whoa.
It was like I was running.
Nice. Were you doing the duck walk from the Olympics? The speed walk?
I could show you, but I don't know if I have enough room in here.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You know, the guy on the Keep On Trucking t-shirt where he's reaching out and you can see the bottom of his foot.
Okay.
Back in the 70s,
Gotcha.
Keep on trucking. I was walking like that guy.
Good deal.
I was just keeping on trucking.
Glad it worked for you.
Yeah, it
Did
did.
anybody see you trucking?
I think Michael Calhoun may have seen it. And I said, "Hey, Mike."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Oh, he probably hates being called Mike." He seems like the kind of guy that hate being called Mike.
I was doing something like that the other day, walking down the hall, and I was just like doing the arm thing where you do a wavy thing on the wall, like your hands on the wall. You ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
Like out the window of the car.
Yep.
Everybody does that. I was doing that, and I forget who saw me. Might have been Maria. She was just like, what you doing there? I'm like, I don't know, just doing things.
I've called him Mike and Mikey, and I can confirm that he does.
Yeah, don't do that. He likes Michael.
Does not care for it one bit.
Yeah.
Not gonna stop me.
Mikey, I would understand that.
Yeah.
Not gonna stop me.
I had a bad bathroom thing last night here. I had to go number 2, but I'm not a man. And so I walked in and one of our coworkers was peeing at one of the urinals. So I sidled up next to him and kind of pretend peed a little bit. And then when he left, I immediately, with my pants still undone, walked from the urinal to the to the
Because why redo
toilet.
it when you're just gonna undo it again?
Right. Who am I performing for?
Yeah, right.
And he evidently forgot something because he walked right back in. And now I'm like walking into the stall with my pants like undone.
You just got like, hey, I got a new signal.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Signal for what?
Got the old
I mean,
number 2.
signal.
Somebody signaled number 2.
Someone pushed the wrong button.
Something was honking for clearance. Time to go.
What can I do? Yesterday, when people were talking about Dick Cheney, they mentioned that he had a heart replacement. And it was like the first time I'd ever heard it. Like, I know that we replace hearts and lungs and kidneys and things like that. And I think it's wonderful and it's amazing. But do you ever have something like that? Someone says something, you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, that's a crazy thought.
Yeah.
That they can take your heart out of your body and you stay alive somehow. And they take someone else's heart and puts it. That's just nuts. So many things like that just, you know it. But every now and then you hear it and you're like, oh, I need to.
Yeah.
I feel like
need
that
a
every
minute.
time I look inside the hood of my car.
Yeah.
Like somebody knows how this works.
When they're switching out the hearts, do you think the surgeons and the nurses are like, go, 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 go? Like, you got to make the switch very quickly.
Right? Yeah, you would
That'd
think
be
so.
stressful, man.
Also, random thoughts, right? These are just random thoughts. Top of the hour, we'll do DJ's Happy Hour. These are just random Dave thoughts. Why the hell did they cast Crispin Glover as Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future?
Because they don't look anything like each other.
No, because Crispin Glover is like the weirdest mammal on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it back then before I even knew who he was. And I'm like, Why are they making his dad like a serial killer?
I don't know. I thought the whole point was his dad was like this awkward, weird nerd.
Is it so that
there's awkward and then there's Crispin Glover awkward?
Yeah, he's definitely a strange cat.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a huge controversy with Back to the Future Part 2 where they replaced Crispin?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because there was like a lawsuit. I feel like I watched like a YouTube video about this or something. Obviously didn't retain much, but it something to look into if you want to, kind of brush up on your Crispin Glover knowledge.
There's also a TikToker out there who is new to St. Louis and just puts up content like, hey, gooey butter cake. And at first I'm like, this is so charming. I can't wait to see more of your content. Mm-hmm. And today she was like, so it's Graboy? And I'm just like, I'm done with you. Shut up. You ever do that? You just like, it takes so little time for something to burn through with you.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the nature of that job and what makes it tricky. I think these influencers have to have pretty thick skin because I do think the average person is like, I'm coming to you for one thing. And if you vary from that in any way, like it's going to be an instant unfollow or I'm going to be complaining in your comments, and dealing with that would be very, very difficult. But I think the reaction you had is quite common among like users of these different social media platforms.
Yeah, sometimes it just bothers me how short my attention span is. I'm already done.
Maybe do a TikTok fast and have a little tolerance break going.
Yeah. Did you do that recently?
Mm-hmm. I deleted it for a couple weeks.
How'd it work?
I mean, it was nice. I spent less time on my phone for sure. And there's something about that short-term video that when I spend an hour on TikTok and then I can't remember any of the things I just watched, I just feel kind of bad about it. So taking that break was nice. It's back on my phone now, but I try not to stay on it for too long.
So, guys, again, about First Missouri Credit Union, just going to bottom line it for you. If you go to pretty much any bank in St. Louis and you say, I want a certificate of deposit, I want to make a little money on what would normally be in a checking account, I think the going rate is about 4.05. Not bad. It's been really, really bad over the last few years. But First Missouri offers you 4.27% on your checking account, not a CD. It's a normal checking account. You put the money in there and it's up to $100,000. So for my friends out there that have a couple nickels to rub together, if you can spare whatever it is to put into a checking account, you can earn 4.27%. You can take it out. You can put it back in, whatever you want to do. We treat you with respect because you are not a customer. You are literally an owner, a member of the credit union. So when you go to borrow money, whether it's a signature loan or it's a car loan or something like that, we use the quote unquote profits that we make to buy down those loans so that we can give you better rates when you invest your money and when you borrow money. The two locations down on Lee May Ferry, 314-544-5050, the number one STMOCU.org.
Since we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see and hear lots of lawyer ads. It seems that most are bragging on what they got their clients. But be careful. If you heard that someone sold their car for $500,000, you would be impressed. But if you later learned that it was a rare $10 million Ferrari, would you say that person got screwed? And that's before you even know if it's true. Who is fact-checking? And how much went to medical bills and lawyers' fees? If you want to get an idea what your case may be really worth, visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts. You will see what a law firm like ours is capable of. And fact check for yourself. All that glitters is not gold. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won big, a lot. At Morgan & Morgan, we represent consumers. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters.
Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Tom Ackerman for Busey Bank and Building Community, proudly recognizing the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County. Known as CASTLE, the agency is one of a network of community action agencies coming together to transition people out of poverty towards self-sufficiency. CASTLE serves 44,000 people in St. Louis County every year. Learn more about the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County at caastlc.org. That's caastlc.org.
This is Blake Travanza, Commercial Relationship Manager at Busey. The Community Action Agency of St. Louis County, also known as CASTLE, helps people move from crisis to stability. With housing, food, health, legal aid, education, and more, CASTLE empowers families to break the cycle of poverty. Take action yourself and find out more about CASTLE, the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County. That's what building community is all about. Join Busey. Get involved as we continue building the communities we call home.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 3 o'clock, we have sunshine and 68 degrees downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Kina, and for Michael Calhoun, our top story. Conservative and liberal justices on the U.S. Supreme Court appear skeptical of the Trump administration's case that the president's expansive view on tariffs and the old law the administration is using to impose those tariffs on specific countries, goods, and services with a policy agenda. Chief Justice John Roberts opined that tariffs are a tax on Americans, which is a core power of Congress. Victor Owen Schwartz, VOS Selections in the Mid-Atlantic region imports wines, spirits, and filed as part of a court order.
The pain has been felt across the country, from warehouse workers and truckers to retailers and restaurateurs. That's why I joined this lawsuit. I was shocked that those with more power and money did not step up.
Both political parties are trying to parse what happened in last night's election. Hundreds of thousands of workers are still without pay, and at least 670,000 are furloughed.
Republicans have always been willing to have a conversation about the COVID-era subsidies and how to make Obamacare and healthcare more affordable. But we will not, and we should not do so as hostages.
Mike Johnson, that's the House Speaker, continues to blame the Democrats for the shutdown. The Rapid Response Community Fund aims to get money to community-rooted groups that can help get food into the hands of people who need it. Dr. Andrea Jackson-Jennings.
St. Louis Food Bank, Operation Food Search, but we have opened up this fund so that we can help support those that may not have access to those points.
Jackson-Jennings says some people have no transportation or are disabled. At regionalresponseteam.org, people can find resources, groups, and can request funding, or people can donate money.
And prior to even going live, we had over $500,000 in request for support from organizations.
The regional response team was first formed to help people during the COVID period. From the business desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial, KFGadvisors.com. Schnuck says it's offering its lowest price on frozen store brand turkeys in at least 15 years. The special holiday pricing starts today, a week earlier than usual, but is limited to one turkey with an additional $25 purchase. At 3:02, it is time to get an update of the St. Louis Business Index. Here's Stifel Vice President for Investments, Scott Bedell. Good afternoon, Scott.
Good afternoon, Maria. Good afternoon, everyone. Following yesterday's sharp declines in the major stock indexes, today was largely a rebound session. At the 3 p.m. close, the Dow Jones Industrial Average bounced 225 points, or just about 0.5% to 47,311. The Standard & Poor's 500 index up 0.33% to 6,796, while the NASDAQ Composite Index turned in the best performance, up 0.2% at 23,499. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index rebounded 0.2% to close at 1,582. Helping that index to move higher, Reinsurance Group of America gained 0.4% to $187.38. Caleris jumped 9.5% to $11.38. Stifel Financial added 4 cents to $119.47. On the downside, Spire lost 1.2% at $87.36, and Emerson Electric fell 5.25%. They closed at $132.42. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
A check of traffic. Still big delays out there for north and southbound 270 drivers. That's following that dump truck that overturned and was burning. It looks like you still have left lane blockage there. The northbound 270 drivers, you're backed up almost to Big Bend. And eastbound 40 drivers, you're backed up on the approach to 270. Weather is sponsored by the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, PennMutual.com/STL. Times are always changing, but Penn Mutual stands the test of time. The 178-year-old mutual company is leading the way in life insurance. Ask your independent advisor to go to PennMutual.com/STL.
We have that cool front coming through as we go through the afternoon. Winds turning to the north, and it will be a little windy for the afternoon. Gusty winds at times, but lots of sunshine. Temperatures falling through the 60s. Clear and cold tonight. A chilly evening. 41 for the overnight low. Can't miss the full moon. On Thursday, sunny and 65. Friday, partly sunny, maybe a spot shower, but 71 on Friday. Much colder over the weekend, kind of a drop in temperature taking place. Strong cold front coming through late Friday night, early Saturday. Saturday's high, 61. Could be a couple of snow flurries around Saturday night, and Sunday's high is only 46. A widespread hard freeze in the 20s. Well into the 20s, Sunday night into Monday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We're already seeing that drop down. 68 in St. Peter's, it's 68 in Florissant, and now 68 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS, a few minutes past 3 p.m. I was just telling the guys, I forgot whether I told them or not, but I had a meeting today at Bethesda for No One Dies Alone, and they're doing an article on the effect that DGS has had on their volunteers for NODA. And in the interview, they were asking me what I literally do when you sit vigil with someone who's passing away. And one of the ladies there, Melissa, had sat with my mom when she was dying. And it just hit me. I was completely unprepared for this. She said, well, for example, Mrs. Glover was a hand holder. And she said that all the volunteers noted that when they would hold her hand, if they would let go to do something, she would reach out for their hand. And it was so sweet, but yet so like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. No one had ever told me that. And I was just like completely stunned.
Yeah.
I don't know, taken aback at how sweet it was and yet how sad it is. And so.
But it's interesting that, this much time later, you learn something.
Yeah, right?
That's pretty amazing.
For sure.
I think that's really sweet. And it does line up with because you would always talk about how you would go see her and hold her hand and play with her hair, brush her hair for her.
Oh my gosh. I'm surprised she had any hair left in her head. Yeah, the sweetest thing. When I left her for the last time, the day she died, she grabbed my hand and she kissed it 3 times. Just out of nowhere.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, which was not like something that she did.
Right.
That was just really, I guess she was saying goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
So anyway, that's why you need to volunteer for NODA. because you get to do that. Like, I'm going to leave here tonight and go set vigil with someone at 6 p.m. You get to do that for someone else's loved one when they can't be there. It's the whole thing. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Go to BethesdaHealth.org. DJ's Happy Hour?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, I have a topic, but it's not the most cheery topic.
That's all right.
People keep dying at Disney. Have you guys seen this?
No.
So this is the fourth guest who has passed away in the past 3 weeks. And this happened at Florida's Disney World Resort. A woman in her 40s was transported to the hospital where she passed away. There were no signs of foul play. But it's just kind of weird that this is happening for Disney over and over again recently.
So she just died?
She just passed. A 40-year-old woman has passed. No foul play, but they also aren't giving a reason for the death. It's just kind of weird.
Well, apparently 2 of them, if I'm reading this right, 2 of them were suicides.
Wow.
Which makes it a little less weird on the park side, but also sad that that's what happened.
Terribly sad.
Yeah.
That's always very tragic, but like at Disney, I don't know. That is
Well, and then there was
very
that
bizarre.
there was that lady on, or I think it was actually a guy on Universal, like 3 weeks ago. You guys remember that? He was on the new ride. They have like a new roller coaster, and he died on the roller coaster. It's called like the Shooting Star or something like that. And he died on the roller coaster, and then that was the big, like, they were kind of saying, like, I don't know, there was a lot of shadiness on Universal's part of, like, you know, there was a lot of, like, they didn't seem to want to, you know,
get into any details or anything.
yeah, get into any, like, specific details.
I think sometimes there's a privacy issue, though.
That makes sense.
If the family isn't giving you the go-ahead to say it, then you're not going to say it.
But they don't know until the investigation is done.
Fair point. Yeah.
If it's the, you know what I mean? If the riot itself had anything to do with it, which I don't, for what it's worth, I don't believe that it did.
Yeah.
I think it was just one of those things where he should not have gotten on the roller coaster.
Yeah.
With a condition that he had that's listed, you know, if you have these conditions, don't do this.
Yeah.
And he did it anyway. And unfortunately, came back to cause a problem for him.
I have a more uplifting one.
Yes, please.
I believe this happened in Germany. There were 3 cloistered nuns who had lived pretty much their entire life at this convent, and it had fallen into disrepair, and it turns out they were the last 3 alive. There used to be like 50, and now there are only 3, and they're all very old. And they got sick, and they took them to the hospital, and then when they got in the ambulance to go home, they took them to a nursing home. And so the 3 found themselves in a nursing home, and they're like, this sucks. And they literally broke out of the nursing home and made their way back to the convent and hired a locksmith to break the locks and get them in. And then I guess the diocese or whatever it is said, okay, you can stay.
Well, they've been fighting them because apparently they're up there with like no power, but like those people in the town have brought them generators, and food and things along those lines. And one of the women, because they're jokingly calling them the nuns on the run, but one of them said, we'd rather die in this place in shambles than die in an old person's home. That's what they said. That's what the lady said, or the one of the 3 that spoke. Yeah. That's pretty entertaining. Yeah, they had to I think some townspeople actually went up there and got the water running again for them and everything like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That's very cool. Wheels, got anything?
Yeah, I mentioned this to Andrew earlier, kind of just, I don't know, just get a vibe on it. I want to get, especially Rachel and Andrew, given their age, but, you know, we're a lot of buzz about Mamdani winning in New York.
Yes.
And people are trying to figure out why, how does this happen, all that. Well, it turns out that in 2020, Peter Thiel, who is not in any way a socialist or liberal, right? He's very conservative billionaire. He sent an email to like Mark Zuckerberg and Mark Andreessen and a few other people in that tech bro billionaire group. And I'm going to read part of it, but I'm going to edit it a little bit because he words some things pretty weirdly. But I'm going to try to shorten it up a little bit. But he said, I would be the last person to advocate for socialism, but when 70% of millennials say they're pro-socialist, we need to do better than simply dismiss them by saying they're stupid or entitled or brainwashed. We should try to understand why it's happening. And then he went on to say, it seems pretty straightforward to me. When one has too much student debt, or if housing is too unaffordable, then one will have negative capital for a long time and or find it hard to start accumulating capital in the form of real estate. And if one has no stake in the capitalist system, then someone might turn against it. And I mean, I think he pretty much turned out to be right in terms of, at least in terms of the way it's being viewed. It doesn't mean that one election in one city changes the national scope, but it explains why the younger generations, Gen Z and millennials, are not as excited about capitalism because it isn't working for them. And what struck me about it is here's this tech billionaire who has spent billions backing Republicans, backing conservatives, and recognizing this, but then for 5 years not doing anything about it. So you recognized it. You told some of your fellow billionaires, hey, this is a problem. They're not getting the things out of capitalism that we got and that our parents got. And you wonder why they're starting to look at other options. Because when the current thing isn't working for you, you look for something else. And I thought that was interesting that it was Peter Thiel that noted that. And it's obvious, isn't it? Don't we need to do a better job of making the system work for everybody?
Yeah.
As opposed to making it just work for rich people or people that have had, 30 years of owning a home, right? People that are Gen X and older.
You and I grew up that socialism was the devil.
Yes.
And so...
and the versions of it that we saw were.
Yeah. And even today, when someone says socialism, like my sphincter tightens, right?
Right.
But if you grew up where people weren't just crapping on socialism all the time, and especially if you went to university, where I don't think it's like a liberal factory like a lot of people do, but it's, academia has always been pretty liberal. I know Nick got a big dose of it when he went to Mizzou. And so if that has been your intellectual experience, and then you get out of school and the current capitalism isn't serving you, it makes perfect sense why someone would go, well, let me look at this. It's just the difference in generations.
Yeah. And I think here's what's interesting to me, and it is interesting anyway, because what people are advocating for is not socialism or communism. It's democratic socialism, which is a different thing. So democratic socialism is what you have in Sweden. It's what you have in Canada and in the UK and Australia and Finland and places like that. It's not what you have in China or Russia or places like that. That is full-blown communism. And the problems with that are more about the fact that they are dictatorships as opposed to what the form of government is. Right? Because any form of government can be corrupted. Any ism can be corrupted. It's whether or not you have the checks and balances in place to keep the top from gaining too much power, which is why people here want to have more checks and balances enforced, because you don't want to take those away. But what's really interesting is that somebody who is not aligned that way saw it, sees why, is saying we shouldn't be calling these people stupid. We need to understand this and maybe do something about it. But what's been done about it?
I also think, and I've used this analogy many, many times on the show, that if you've ever played pickup basketball on a Saturday morning with your buddies, the first 2 or 3 games, everyone's playing defense and calling fouls. And then at some point when you get tired, someone throws up a half-court hook shot. And then it's just jackass time. And everyone's trying to dunk and do behind the back passes. I think that's kind of what has happened, that up until Donald Trump, we pretty much between the rails, there wasn't a giant difference, between the conservatives and the Democrats. But since Donald Trump, everything just seems so nutty. I think it allows the younger generations to go, great.
Yeah.
Let's get nutty. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
And it also speaks to me, an attitude that older generations have towards younger generations. And again, I'm in one of the older generations, so I'm not speaking about they and them. I'm talking about people my age and older. We tend to look at younger generations and say, they're idiots if they don't see it the way we do. Instead of looking at it the other way is, either we need to teach them or we need to show them a better version of this. Because the version you and I grew up with was awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Your parents, all of our parents could, your dad had a job. Your mom didn't have to work, and it was enough for the household, right? I mean, like, we had all of these types of, it was easy to get into a house. When I was young, it was pretty easy to get into a house. We got into a house in our mid-20s, and it wasn't any kind of crazy difficulty. I mean, it's a big commitment, but it wasn't like it is now, where the prices have doubled and tripled in the last 20, 30 years, and wages have not increased. Well, if you want people to stay on a program, because I really do believe capitalism is the best way to go. I think it rewards creativity. It rewards hard work. It should provide a platform for people to climb upward. But lately, it's not. It's not. The jobs aren't providing that. The wages aren't going up to meet the cost of housing, to meet the costs of food and all of that. And God forbid you even try to start saving anything for your retirement. If you can't afford a house, we got this whole little backwards thing. But don't you need to show people that the system works for them too? But we have it so much now where the people who have power, and the legislative power is in the boomer generation. It's the biggest generation, and they vote. So there's a lot of, well, we're going to look out for ourselves, which everybody does, right? Everybody does. But there's nothing here saying, let's make this work for the younger generation so that they can have it as good or better than we had it.
Wait, hold your thought. Okay. We'll go straight to you after the break. Quick break, right back, DGS.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
Big Red Highlights are brought to you by KMOX Radio, the sports voice of St. Louis.
There, when every game mattered.
Here's Lomax back taking the snap, 4-man rush. He throws one down the middle, Green. Touchdown!
Cardinal football on the move. Takes the snap. Rolling right, throwing in goal. Caught! Touchdown!
Hi, I'm Roy Green. KMOX Radio brings you exclusive Cardinal football action. Tune in each Sunday as Bill Wilkerson and Zip Rizeppa bring you all the play-by-play. Only on the Sports Voice of America, KMOX Radio.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Brought to you by St. Louis Public Library, St. Louis's original search engine.
Discover one of St. Louis's greatest treasures, St. Louis Public Library's Central Library. Designed by world-renowned architect Cass Gilbert and completed in 1912, this Beaux Arts masterpiece blends stunning historic details with modern design after a $70 million award-winning renovation. Experience the grandeur for yourself. Free docent-led tours are available Mondays at 11 and 12:30 and Saturdays at 11 noon and 1 p.m. Visit online at slpl.org to learn more. St. Louis Public Library.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight. We are discussing breast cancer with Dr. Debbie Bennett.
It makes a big difference who's actually interpreting the mammogram images that you get. We make sure that we have an expert team of breast radiologists that specialize in reading mammograms to be sure that we can get you the most accurate read possible.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.wustl.edu.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
I'm Kristen Press. And I'm Tobin Heath. We're World Cup winners, Olympians, and the hosts of The Recap Show. Every week, we sit down with the icons, disruptors, and game changers on the field and beyond it to talk victories, heartbreaks, and everything in between. We've built a space where athletes, changemakers, and people creating the future of women's sports can show up and show off as their full, unapologetic selves. Follow and listen to The Recap Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't miss Mosby Building Arts Home Improvement Show, Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KMOX. One of the last call-in shows where you can get live answers to your remodeling, design, and construction questions. Tune in Saturdays at 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Randy Carricker. Congratulations to KMOX, 100 years strong as the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 324. When we left you, Wheels was making salient points about capitalism and democratic socialism and Gen Z and the millennials. And Andrew, you wanted to contribute.
Well, when I hear Kevin talk about capitalism in particular as a good system that has been, how would you describe it, Kevin?
Co-opted.
Co-opted. Okay. Yeah. Corrupted, maybe even.
Yeah.
I think a key difference, and it could be a generational thing, is that the way that I and many other people see it is that capitalism is not this corruption of capitalism. It's not a bug. It is a feature. Capitalism is doing what it's designed to do, which is allow consolidation of wealth and power. Like this situation that we have now in America, where such a small amount of the population controls such an absolutely absurd share of the wealth. That's expressly in the rules of what capitalism creates. So this is not like, oh yeah, I don't know, something went wrong with it. It's supposed to do this, and it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Well, it's only doing that because we don't participate. Because how many times we've talked about 10% of people show up for primaries, and we can't even get half the country to vote in a presidential election. If we did our jobs, we would have a version of capitalism that works.
Well, capitalism is an economic system. It's not a form of government.
No, what I'm saying is if you elect the right people, if you choose people that are not going to allow this kind of stuff, that aren't going to allow random deregulation, that aren't going to cave in to their biggest donors, well, then you're going to get the good version, which is the regulated version. You're right, though, Andrew. The problem is when you take away the guardrails, then it does do this. But we have to participate to make that happen.
Also, for what it's worth, I just want to say, I've said this on the air before, but I'm going to say it again here. Kevin was talking sort of semantically about communism and socialism versus like democratic socialism and stuff. They know the difference.
Yeah,
the people who are people
Yeah.
who fear, who say, "Oh, we can't have communism in this country. We're terrified."
Yeah.
They know the difference. They're not stupid.
Yep.
They know the difference. They do that intentionally. It's fear mongering.
Yeah, it's a scary word.
It's fear mongering to try and prevent votes from going opposite their direction.
Yeah, because I would say this. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people today, and like I don't care. I mean, I don't live in New York City, so none of their policies, nothing that Mamdani puts into place is going to affect me. It's a city. It's not a state. It's not a country. But people are like, I'm never going to New York because of this. Really? So you won't go to France? You wouldn't go to England? You wouldn't go to Finland or Australia? Because they're all democratic. They're all democracies with large social programs and socialist ideas. Those places are all functioning. It's not the ism, it's the people. The people in charge and the people who participate. And I'd be willing to bet you in all of those democracies, a much higher percentage of people participate. I would be willing to bet you that we are one of the lowest in terms of participation percentage in the world when it comes to democracies.
I think Mamdani got elected because he pointed out the fact that New York is too expensive, and he said he was going to lower costs and make life easier.
Good point. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are very burnt out. A lot of people don't have enough money to have like a good life. Like people are struggling. And then when they see someone who's 34 years old, who knows how to harness the power of social media, who has energy behind him and comes to them and says, hey, I understand you're in a rough place. I want to help. I understand you. I don't think it's any like head scratcher as to why this guy got elected, especially when your other choice was Andrew Cuomo, who's like an accused sexual, like accused of sexual assault
Yeah.
and sent a bunch of old people to die during COVID.
Yeah. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals season may be over, but in St. Louis, sports never stop. The Chiefs are chasing another championship. Mizzou football is making noise, and the Blues are back on the ice. Every weekday at 5, Rush Hour Sports keeps you ahead of the game with news, traffic, weather, and the biggest stories in sports. Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, and Bernie Nicholas. 3 trusted voices St. Louis fans count on. Rush Hour Sports, weekdays at 5 on KMOX.
Here in St. Louis, we take pride in supporting our health and our community. That's why more and more families are turning to Neovitin multivitamins, created by a local physician and made right here in the U.S. using the highest quality domestic and international ingredients. With formulas for men, women, and adults 50 plus, Neovitin helps keep St. Louis families energized, supported, and ready for life. Find Neovitin at your local Dierbergs, Schnucks, and online at neovitin.com. Neovitin. Trusted nutrition from St. Louis for St. Louis.
Thinking about a bath remodel or swapping out that old tub for a sleek, easy-to-clean shower? Hey, it's Trish Gazelle for Michael's Bath with one question. What's there to think about? Michael's beats the competition by 30 to 50%, uses top-quality materials, and backs it all with over 30 years experience. And now they'll throw in a free shower door or $500 off. Schedule a free in-home consultation, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbass.com. Michael's Bass, what's there to think about?
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, we got trouble on 270 this afternoon. Right now, they're working with an injury crash northbound 270 at 64. Only the left lane is open. North 270 is a solid jam back to Doherty Ferry. Southbound Gawkers are jammed at 364. A lot of folks are taking 141 this afternoon. We've got backed up traffic in a lot of places. Southbound 141 north of Ladue down to Conway's jammed. It backs up again from Milldale down to Dutch Mill. It's jammed again from north of Big Bend all the way into Valley Park. And northbound 141 stacks up at Clayton Road up to 64. Eastbound 64, we had a crash near Mason. Eastbound 64 is backed up approaching 141 all the way in through 270. Other traffic, westbound 64 Kings Highway headed out through Bellevue's bumper to bumper. Clayton Worston at 270 is slow. After that, it's not so bad. If you're on southbound 55, a little busy. Arsenal Bates north of Z down to McNutt. There's some heavy traffic downtown. Eastbound 44 onto westbound 70 out to the McKinley Bridge is heavy. Eastbound 70, Tucker onto westbound 44 to the Poplar. You've got delays right now as well. I'm Roger Brand in the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
The wait is over. AC/DC's Back Live Power Up Tour. September 8th. The Dome at America Center with the Pretty Reckless. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. September 8th. The Dome at America Center. Don't miss AC/DC.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Hey, St. Louis, this is Ben Barnett, board-certified master arborist and owner at Timberline Professional Tree Care. As a local small business owner for the past 24 years, I always do my best to shop local and support our community. Recently, 2 of the largest tree contractors in the region have sold to out-of-town investment groups. This means that the new owners of these companies are not invested in quality, customer satisfaction, or safety, except for how it affects their bottom line. Timberline Professional Tree Care was founded in 2001 and is focused solely on giving you, the customer, the safest, highest quality product while providing the best customer service before, during, and after the job. I've poured my heart and soul into tree care for the past 24 years, and we aren't going anywhere. When it comes time to take care of your trees, I ask that you shop local and call me, Ben Barnett, at Timberline Professional Tree Care, 636-479-7475, or online at stltreecare.com.
Fridays mean football. From the zoo to the NFL, we've got your weekend covered.
All three, ready?
It's Friday football on KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by the Poly Agency. Hey, St. Louis, how would you like to see if you, your family, or employees qualify for a health insurance plan that has open enrollment year-round? Call the Poly Agency. We put the SURE in insurance. Call to set an appointment at 636-222-2149.
Welcome back, guys. DGS from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Dave Murray joins us. Hello, Dave.
Hello there. I've got a double beanie alert coming for you by Sunday night.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited. Before we get to today's forecast, let's give away some AC/DC tickets. The boys are going to be here at America Center on September 8th of next year. So you can win tickets right now. You call 314-436-7900 or toll free from anywhere, 800-925-1120. Caller number 6 is going to get two tickets to AC/DC. Have fun. I will see you there.
That's awesome.
So, It's like really, I love this weather. I love this weather because this is really nice. It's a nice bonus, but I'm ready for that high of 42, whatever it's going to be. Like, let's go. Let's do it.
We still a couple of days to go. We're going to see a little bouncing of temperatures because we have a couple of cold fronts coming through, cool fronts really. But the big one, the granddaddy of them all, is coming in on Saturday and will really take hold Saturday night and into Sunday. But tomorrow's a sunny day, a little windy in the afternoon, cold start because we're going down to 41, but 65 for the high. That's above average. A lot of clouds around Thursday night. Another weak little cool front coming by, maybe a spot shower, 55. Friday, maybe a spot morning shower, windy and partly sunny, but 71 on Friday. Now, the strong cold front comes through late Friday night, Saturday morning. Still some questions on the exact timing, but Saturday is a mostly sunny day. This front is dry. 65 for the high. That's going to be in the morning. We'll be starting to drop off during the afternoon. Saturday night, some clouds around, 38 for the overnight low. And I'm going to keep a chance of us wandering snowflake here and there. That would be Saturday night, most likely late Saturday night. Sunday, mostly sunny, but it's cold. The high Sunday, only 46 for the high. Widespread hard freeze Sunday night into Monday morning. The range is probably going to be 21 to 26 degrees. The city will be about 26. Everybody else, low 20s. That's enough to kill off just about everything, including bugs.
And Dave, in general, which way do we go next week? Do we stay pretty cold?
No, it will start. Monday will be cold. Tuesday, I think, will be cold. Then we'll probably start get close to 6, kind of average by the time we get to about Wednesday. Don't forget winter forecast coming up on the 20th of November.
Nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to work something out on that one.
Yeah, I just realized.
Oh,
we're having a big shindig on 11/20 because it's KMOX Day.
I apologize for that, Dave.
Well, we can move it. It's not cast in stone. You tell me.
We can do Wednesday. We can do Friday. We'll
Either
figure it
or.
out.
Yeah.
I'll let my people talk to your people.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that didn't work the last time.
Nah, that's a good point. No, some of my people aren't the best.
It sounds really, but I think this is before I knew that
Yeah.
programming was going to be different that day.
Yeah. Well, Rachel, you just set the date. Wednesday or Thursday? Friday.
What do you think, Dave? Well, we can text.
Yeah.
I think we should hash it out right
You're
here.
seeing the sausage
Yeah.
name. If you were previous to this impressed by us, now you're not.
they're just like the rest of us.
They're just like
don't
us.
know what they're doing at all.
They can't find their ass with both hands. Headlines, Rach?
Yeah, brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. All right, we're always talking about ChatGPT, artificial intelligence. Is it actually intelligence? Well, an alarming study shows that ChatGPT and others confuse fact and fiction, reveals serious errors in judgment. So, to determine a chatbot's ability to discern the truth, a group of scientists surveyed 24 large language models, including Claude, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini. These bots were asked 13,000 questions to gauge their ability to tell the difference between beliefs, knowledge, and facts. Overall, the machines were less likely to identify a false belief from a true belief. So the newer models do a little better than the older models, but it's still troubling. Models released during or after May of 2024 scored between 91.1% and 91.5% accuracy when it came to identifying true or false facts. So, I mean, that's a passing grade, but the fact that people are like, well, ChatGPT said, so it must be the truth. No, it's the scientists determined that these bots struggled to grasp the nature of knowledge. So their reasoning strategies were inconsistent, and they suggested a superficial pattern matching rather than actual understanding, which is kind of what we've tried to articulate in the past. This study is doing a great job of like putting a pin on it and being like, this is what's going on.
You know what it reminds me of? In law school, you had students who were great at memorization, but then the professor would use the Socratic method and drill down on, you gave me the facts of the case perfectly, you gave me the dates, you gave me the justice who ruled, but tell me why it's this, and they would really struggle.
Yeah.
You know, and it reminds me of what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, but this just gets down to the same thing. We, I think, fall back on calling it artificial intelligence because that's easier. It's just a souped up search engine right now.
Absolutely.
That is what it is.
Yep.
And
Maybe it's just like people.
Yeah, but it should be better, right? The whole point is that it's going to be better at telling fact from fiction than we are. And it's not even close.
So McDonald's profits have risen after they introduced these extra value meals. Their third quarter was strong, with same store sales up 3.6%. So they're saying this is probably because of snack wraps, but also these extra value meals to attract customers with the competitive pricing.
Can I air a complaint at McDonald's?
Sure.
Stop harassing me about my points going away on the app. I get emails, messages. You better use them because they're going. Why do they have to go away, by the way? Why can't I keep my points?
Yeah, they shouldn't go away at
Right.
all.
Why shouldn't I be able to keep the rewards that I'm earning by using, but you're offering to me by using your app? Why do you, and I know why. It's because they want to keep me addicted to crack. They're like, keep coming back in, keep coming back in, keep coming back in. It's because you're afraid you're going to lose your points. You can eat those points, but stop giving me points and telling me you're going to keep taking them away from me. If I get the points, let me keep my points. Or just shut up, one of the two.
We have some more astronauts stuck in space, unfortunately. A group of Chinese astronauts are facing a delayed return to Earth. Their spacecraft was believed to have been struck by a small piece of debris. So their return was originally scheduled for today. It's now been pushed back to an unspecified date.
It's nothing but trouble up there, man.
I'm telling you.
My whole opinion on space shifted.
Bill Shatner.
Yes. When Shatner went up there as Captain Kirk, and we were all like, Captain Kirk's finally going to space. And he came back down
Crying.
like crying and saying there's nothing but death up there. I was like, all right, I'm going to stay down here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit on the ground.
Captain Kirk freaked the hell out.
I'm just going to lay down on the ground, get as close to the ground as I can, as far from space as possible.
See if you can get Shatner on.
Sure.
Let's take a shot at him.
Sure.
The Gateway Arch is reopening on select days thanks to a second round of nonprofit support. So last month was the 60-year anniversary of the Gateway Arch. And even though the government was shut down, some local companies banded together and donated enough money for the Gateway Arch to be open on those days and celebrate its 60th birthday. But Jefferson National Parks Association has announced that the park and the old courthouse will be open Fridays through Sundays starting this weekend, and this goes through November 23rd. It'll also be open on November 26th, 28th, and 29th.
That's great.
I think I read last week or saw a TikTok or something. I didn't drill down on it, but I think I saw that the national park at the Arch is the most visited in the country. That can't possibly be true, right?
No idea.
I mean, like Yosemite, and it's so.
Yeah.
Well, think of how easy it is to visit the Arch.
Yeah, I guess you're not you're not camping or anything.
Yeah, I mean, you can just park and get out, and it's right there.
It's let's see here. I think it says here that the Great Smoky Mountains National Park was the most in 2024.
I've been lied to.
Yeah.
AI.
No, that could be. Damn AI getting things wrong.
Would you guys go up in the Arch?
I've done
I
it.
would now. I used to be very afraid of it. Now I'm like, who cares? I'll go up.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
cool.
I'm more afraid of it now.
It's like, I mean, it's not scary.
So says he.
Yeah. I have claustrophobia. It'd be very
Well,
scary. to
yeah,
me.
okay. If you have claustrophobia,
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
don't want to be in the egg. That's correct.
Yes.
Yes. I just meant like just generally scary.
There was
the egg is a tight fit for some of us.
Don't act like I'm some small person.
Oh, I'm including you.
Because I fit. It was a little narrow, but yeah.
So this is why I'm not going in the Arch.
Okay.
The guy I'm about to show you is traveling the country, and he came to St. Louis, and he's very likable, and he was eating barbecue and stuff. And I think he looks like Wheeler's little brother.
Little bit.
Little bit. And he went up in the Arch, and he was like, "Oh my God, that's the worst thing I've ever done in my life." And he like filmed the whole thing. So.
All right, People Magazine has named their sexiest man of the year for 2025. Would anyone like to take a guess?
I know who it is.
Yeah, I know who it is, but I don't know who it is.
Dave Glover.
I came in sixth.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It is British actor Jonathan Bailey, who was in Wicked, if you saw Wicked. But I'm kind of with Dave Murray. I
don't know who
it
this is.
I don't know who this guy is. I did watch Wicked or the first half on the plane recently, and this guy, I wasn't like, whoa, what a hottie. I just thought he was kind of normal looking dude.
I saw the name and I'm like, don't know who that is.
Feels a little silly that we're still doing the whole sexiest man alive thing, but
yeah,
whatever.
He's
Still just a popularity contest.
He's also the first gay man
Oh, I didn't know he was gay.
ever
Well, there you go.
to be named.
Trailblazer.
He started the whole thing.
Started the whole thing, huh?
One day he's like, you know what?
I got a crazy idea.
Let me give that a try.
That timing was pretty damn good right there.
Just hear me out.
One last story for you guys. Comedian Nikki Glazer is going to host SNL this weekend. Nikki is, of
Yeah.
course, from the St. Louis area. I haven't watched a live episode in SNL in a long time, but that's going to change this weekend. I'm excited to watch this. So good for Nikki. Congrats.
Making the St. Louis look good.
For sure.
Yes.
Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it. We'll get it all straightened out for you.
I'll text you very soon.
Yes, very soon. Let me tell you guys about the Goldman team. I just heard another realtor kind of ripping off what I do for the Goldman team, changing their ads to say like, hey, it's winter and it's a great time to sell your house. Well, yeah. That's true. And as I've told you, the very first time I met with the Gelmans, that was the conversation because it was this time of year. And I said, I bet you guys are looking forward to a little winter break. And they said, we'd love that you think that because that's what most realtors think. Most realtors will take their homes that are on the market in October and take them off in November and say, I'll see you again in March or April. It's just pretty simple supply and demand. There are going to be fewer houses out there from now until next spring. So your house is just going to look more special. People, it's a little bit counterintuitive, but people don't need to see your house in beautiful weather. I'm sure you have pictures and videos and things like that. And so, yeah, if you're interested in being brave and putting your house out there during the fall and winter, you can give them a call at 314-336-1991. If you want to find out before doing that what we think your house is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put your address in, and we'll tell you what we think it's worth.
Certain restrictions apply.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
A lot of traffic in the town and country area this afternoon. This traffic reports the service of Duke's Mayonnaise. They're still working this crash northbound 270 at 64. Only the left lane's open. It's a solid jam at Doherty Ferry. Gawkers on South 270 are a solid jam at 364. It's impacting eastbound 64. You're backed up 141 to 270. Southbound 141 north of Ladue down to Conway. North, let's call it south of 64. All the way down through like Dutch Mill, Clayworth area, and then Big Bend all the way into Valley Park's jam. Northbound 141 from south of Clayton Road up to 64 is bumper to bumper as well, so it's a mess on 270 and 141. Really not much better right now. Westbound highway and eastbound highway 70 around Goodfellow. Heavy eastbound goes back to Florissant Road, westbound to Kings Highway. It's slow westbound past the airport and TR Hughes out through Highway K. Westbound 64, bumper to bumper Kings Highway out through McCausland, but it's slow all the way to Hanley. West of McKnight, it's heavy all the way to 270, 94 to Winghaven, and Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70 after that. Southbound 55 Arsenal to Bates, a little busy down around Z. Both directions 44 and 70, really, both directions between Grand and the Poplar. That highway is loaded up, and westbound 64 has a backup through 158. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. Has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo at Hannaford. It's got twang.
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with King MOX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss a down, listen to the Chiefs on King MOX or King MOX on the Odyssey app. For more info, kingmox.com/events.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/life.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Now that we're getting older, we've been putting more thought into maintaining our health.
We knew the water we drink every day could be filled with contaminants. So
we called Leaf Home Water Solutions.
They came to our home and did a free water test and gave us the analysis right away.
We were shocked at what we saw.
They found heavy metals like iron and copper.
Our own tap water was putting our health at risk, but Leaf Home Water Solutions made it easy to get safer water from every tap and hose. A whole home solution.
They have more than 250 product combinations and designed a system that fits our needs and budget. The installation took less than a day.
With Leaf Home Water Solutions, our water is safer and healthier. When we drink, when we cook, when we shower, even when we garden.
We feel better about our health.
Thanks to Leaf Home Water Solutions.
Schedule your free home water test today at leafhome.com/free and save 15% on all home water treatment systems. That's leafhome.com/free for your free home water test and 15% off. leafhome.com/free.
I'm getting scared.
What?
This song used to scare me.
This one?
Yeah. Witchy Woman.
Oh. Was it just the title that scared you?
No, like the whole vibes kind of like.
I got you. It's got a little. Yeah.
I was like 10 or 11.
I get you.
And I was into music and I had headphones and one drum, like one floor tom. So I played dunk, 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 right? And it would get into the Witchy Woman stuff and I'd just go flying out. My mom and dad are watching Love Boat. And I just come flying out. They're like, what are you guys doing? Can I watch Love Boat with you? And they're like, oh, little freak, you little puss. Get back in there and listen to music. You're afraid of the Eagles? Who's afraid of the Eagles? I was.
I mean,
no, you hate the Eagles?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of the Eagles, no, but I also I don't really find them all that scary.
I thought you were gonna have my back there for a second.
No, I'm sorry.
It's like, no, I'm gonna just I'm gonna give you another kick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know about another kick.
Kind of lured me in.
I don't know if that's necessarily what I did.
He's just like, come here, I got something nice to tell you. Boom.
You are stupid. I just want you to know that. Oh, last night when I was in the zone, I wrote something down that made me laugh this morning. I wrote down accent mark because when I was little, I remember being especially excited by the accent mark when we got to it in English.
Mm-hmm.
What a little weirdo, right? It just had such a flourish to it.
Oh,
Well, it makes you feel cool.
It does.
Anytime you can be a little different, you know?
I should add an accent mark to my name.
But we don't have them in the words in English.
Oh, here we go.
Do we?
I don't know.
I mean, we have apostrophes and stuff, but we don't
Pokemon
have
has one.
We don't have them in. Yeah, I know, but it's because it's not an English word.
Well, it's not a word at all.
What's that?
That's a good point. It's
Pokemon.
a name. Yeah.
Pokemon?
Yeah. It's got a little.
But other
it's got a
languages will
little
have all
accent
those little accents right on top of the letters there as you print them out. English doesn't have that.
I guess fiance is a French word.
Yes.
Is that so? Would we consider that? Would we not consider that an English word?
No.
It's not. It's used in English, but it's an adaptation.
Weird.
Do we spell it differently?
No.
Damn.
No.
How do they say it?
Fiance.
Quit doing the devil laugh. You make my junk go numb.
What if he did
What if
that
I did that
over-
during Witchy
Oh
Woman?
my God. I'm not even kidding. If somehow you made your way into my bedroom at night and did that in my ear, I would just die. I would will myself. I would will my heart to stop.
It's like I've had enough.
I don't want to see who's standing next to me.
Just a little flashlight under my face.
I can't even do it. It's terrible. Tell you guys about Zero Res. Right now, if you give them a call at 314-474-2020 or log on at ZeroResSTL.com, you can get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at